Hey, Haggis, good morning. It's okay, you can troll me today. Okay, well, I went back to StreamYard. I am really just messed up on my shirt today. And we'll see how that goes. I am going to turn on some tunes while we wait because that would be fun. Let's go to some Daniel Mustard. Mustard songs. A playlist. Okay, let me get in here. Got 5 of you in here. We are going to listen to some okay.
A firm fable, roadside.
Let's listen to some
something as simple,
Daniel Mustard
something
while we're
just
waiting
as
for the
sweet, something
meeting.
as comforting as her company.
Can you guys hear that?
Something as sinful, felt so damn deep. You don't ever need another place to go. From 360 degrees, overtake the moon. Underestimate the view at 360 degrees, full speed and straight on ahead.
Hey, I guess. Can you hear him?
There we've done whatever could be said to satisfy something that sighs hard enough to rebut the one. Here come another delivered to you.
I hope that you get some much needed rest.
Stuck in the middle, blind in the light, living a little, whichever beast of burden back, moving, making you brittle, bones breaking right before the falls. Could even force a fight at 360 degrees, overtake the moon. Only underestimate the view at 360 degrees, full speed and straight on ahead. Oh,
Can you hear me when I talk also? Can you hear me? Cool beans.
The earth don't.
I think I got my StreamYard figured out.
Need another outside sphere of control. The ocean already got a brother, influencing the titles you get taught. You're never really gonna be
gotta
the
wait for them
villain
to.
or the hero of
They're all
your
typing. I'm gonna go ahead
rotate.
and
Only wanted a million theory.
yeah,
Ever
that was a good meeting
gonna
last night. Okay, so let
even
me
witness their way.
pause you, darling.
Hey,
I need to pause you. Sorry, Daniel. Oh, and I gave you a bad look too. Okay, so let's see if we can bring in present, stop screen. It's me. Present, share screen. Share. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Let's do that again. Present, stop screen. I gotta talk to myself or it doesn't work. Meeting. That's the launch meeting. Okay, you guys, I don't see the Zoom. Well, dagnabbit, let me go to here and go to here. Sorry, I'm struggling this morning. Sorry. I don't see the Zoom on here. And I'm going to raise my hand so that way I don't get. I see the launch meeting. I hate it when I get screwed up. Okay, so
audio test.
it's not showing my Zoom, but it is showing.
Audio test.
We'll wait for it to. Yeah, that was kind of crazy, wasn't it, Swedish? So you guys. I don't want to. Well, I had it in my description, but that's okay. I'm glad you found it, Amy. Yeah, I'm on the Zoom. I just can't get the Zoom to pick up in my. in my StreamYard because I figured out my issue with the noise level. Well, it starts in 9 minutes on the YouTube, but on the Zoom is already started, and there's camera activity. They'll come in just a second or two, like they have been, and say, "You have your hand raised. You need to raise your hand."
Do a test. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it did get really late. They had a long schedule with everybody in there voicing their opinions.
I do a test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning to everyone who's joining us here in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our agenda items this morning, please fill out a speaker card located in the table at the back of the room. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on. Good morning to everyone who's joining us here in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our agenda items this morning, please fill out a speaker card located in the table at the back of the room. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on and include your information. And I will record your name for the record, and we will call upon you once we reach your item. Good morning as well to our attendees who are joining us via the virtual Zoom platform. I do see a number of hands raised, and I'll go through those folks who have their hands raised. If there are any members of the public. Yvonne?
Yes, this is Yvonne.
Yes.
And I'd like to speak at public comment and items 19, 20, and 21.
Public comment 19, 20, and 21. Got it. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. Lower your hand. Moving next to Mona M. Mona M.
Good morning, TJ. I would like to do public comment this morning.
Very well. Thank you, Mona M. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand.
Thank you.
Bob Minton. Mr. Bob Minton.
Yes, I'd like to do public comment and all items, please.
Very well. Bob Minton, I have you down for public comment and all items. Thank you. Go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Give me just 1 second to move to the next virtual attendee who has their hands raised, and that's Kenny. Just give me 1 second, Kenny.
Look, you guys, I have coffee this morning, my favorite cup. It's the tycoon, the clown reading a paper with the bucket. Swedish, usually they take the public comments first, usually. The other day, they put us at the end for a punishment. Yeah, though I don't know about the why is Mona today. Am I muted? Oh, I think I'm just muted on Zoom. Okay, so hopefully they'll take us
morning.
first.
Once again, let's move to
like
Kenny.
normal. If not, it's going to be a long day. Yes.
Good morning, Kenny.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good, Scooterman. Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat yourself and speak clearly into your device?
I'd like to speak on public comment, please.
Very well. Got you, Kenny. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand.
It was mini because they had
Mergem?
taken public
And I
comment on
apologize if
the.
I'm mispronouncing your name, Mergem. Would you like to offer commentary this morning? Okay, we'll move next to Amy's iPhone. Amy's iPhone.
Yes, I'm here. Public comment, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment, Amy. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand.
Yeah, there was a lot of people last
We'll make
night that
another
were
call for, I think,
wanting to give
the
comment
individual who had their
on.
hand raised has now dropped off. If there's anyone else who is joining us on the virtual platform
On sales
who wishes to
tax.
offer
Everybody always
commentary,
has a voice on sales
who has
tax.
not already offered commentary, please raise your hand. Identify yourself for the record, which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record your information and we'll call upon you once your item is received. And we should get started.
That
in
is
the
our
next 5 to
Amy.
7 minutes.
Go
Thank you so much.
Amy. Go Amy. It's your birthday. Go Amy. Yeah, I'm a morning person. I get goofy in the morning. My brain works best in the evening, though, so it's very contradicting. Yeah, again, I'm hoping they just take us all public comments and then let them do their deal. That's a long list. I think audit is going to be there. In fact, she should be there already. Let me look. Oh, they don't have the camera turned towards the audience. They need to start their video on the YouTube. She has her live going? Good. I should probably hook into it on the phone in case she has any questions. We usually chat back and forth when we're on these. Oops. That way I can bring up her chat. Now see, on here, it shows that it's already playing. Do I have the wrong thing going? I think I might have the wrong thing going. No, I don't. Because on my phone, it's showing, I think I have the wrong thing going. Let's see. Regular meeting, 10 a.m. Options. I don't know why things have to be so dang complicated. Okay, let's erase you. Let's type in Los Angeles Board of Public Works. It says it's live, but it's not showing. Here's this one. Oh, that's Henri. Henry. And I can't get my Zoom to show up on the dang thing. So oh, that's why, because it's Henry that's on my phone. Henry, get off my phone. Okay. So back to streaming. And hopefully they'll start streaming the video. Yeah, they do have videos, Amy. I'm not seeing it on. They're streaming their Zoom, or Henry's streaming his Zoom, and I can't get my Zoom to pop up on here. As a trying.
Good morning once again to our attendees who are joining us here in the room. If there's any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our agendized items this morning who have not already done so, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room on the table. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on and your information and hand it to me. And good morning as well to our attendees joining us on the virtual Zoom platform. If there are any members of the public who have not already done so and who wish to offer commentary on any of our items or public comment, please raise your hand. I'll record your information for the record and we'll call upon you once we get to your item. I do see an additional hand raised on the virtual platform Zoom user. Zoom user, would you like to offer commentary on any of our items this morning? You should be receiving a pop-up asking you to unmute. Go ahead, Zoom user. And perhaps we're experiencing some technical issues with Zoom user. If you wish to offer commentary, please raise your hand. Barbara Brody. Barbara Brody, would you like to offer commentary on any of our items this morning?
Yes, please. I would like to comment on the staff report.
For which item?
I lost the item number. It's down at the very bottom. Oh, hold on. My agenda has disappeared. It would be, have I found it? Sorry. Here we go. Item number 21.
Very well. I have you down for item 21, Barbara.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. And I'll make one final call for attendees joining us via the virtual platform who wish to offer commentary on our items this morning. I do see that Barbara has raised your hand again. Do you have additional items? Okay, and you've lowered your hand. Thank you so much, and we should get started momentarily.
I think they'll start the YouTube when they start recording. I really, really, really wish I could get my Zoom on there. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. Having technical
Recording in
difficulties.
progress.
And Vice President
Here we
Vegas,
go.
we are now in record mode.
Great. Well, welcome everybody to our regularly scheduled meeting for October 2nd, 2024. Welcome to October. And I'd like to also welcome our newest commissioner, Mr. John Grant, to the board as well. Welcome to our LA City family. I hope you enjoy your tenure here. It's filled with so much good energy and a lot of good work that we do here at the board. So welcome. I also just want to have Mr. Knight just establish quorum, please.
Very well. Good morning, Madam Vice President Villegas. This is TJ Knight, Acting Executive Officer, taking role in establishing quorum. Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Corson, Commissioner Grant, and Commissioner Reyes are all present. We do have a quorum. We're also joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. Once again, I'm Acting Executive Officer TJ Knight. Vice President Villegas, we have one speaker card under public comment and all items here in the room. We have speaker requests on Zoom for public comment and all items. And we have no neighborhood council commentary. And we have speaker cards on all items on Zoom and here in the room.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, then let's get started with our agenda. What we will be doing, by the way, Mr. Knight, we also will be for items, I want to say 20 and 21.
Yes, I apologize.
Postponed till October 30th. Is that correct?
That is correct. Thank you so much for flagging that for me, Vice President Davis. Yes, items 20 and 21 will be continued to October 30th, 2024.
Great. All right. Thank you so much for that clarification. Today we are celebrating Latino Heritage Month. And so we will be taking the presentation first, and we will be moving general public comment at the end of our meeting and returning to that.
Fudge, excuse
so
me.
why don't we get started with our
God
presentation,
dang
since
it.
we have so many guests today. Welcome everyone to our chambers, and let's get started in celebrating Latino Heritage Month. It goes from September 15th through October 15th.
Sorry, my potty mouth
And we
gets
do
the
have a scheduled tree
jerk
planting
wads.
with Councilmember Imelda Padilla on October 12th, as part of our work that we do at the Board of Public Works. We also work with street services, and under our purview is just a lot of tree planting that we need to do. Obviously, we have a lot of special events coming up over the next few years, and we know that the District 6 needs a lot of
I'm going to work on
additional
trying
trees,
to
and so
get
we will be having a beautiful celebration on October 12th.
into Zoom.
Many of you can be able to join us, and we will be planting in an area that desperately needs trees. So we're really looking forward to it. All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Latino Heritage Month. Today we have the distinct pleasure of recognizing the achievements of a few outstanding Latino employees from the Department of Public Works in honor of this special month. Each year from September 15th through October 15th, we celebrate the histories and cultures of Latino Americans whose ancestors came from Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. It's a special time to honor the many Latin Americans, both past and present, who've inspired us and others to achieve success. We recognize their hard work, their greatness, their courage, just to help open doors for those who came after to walk through. This year's theme is Pioneers of Change, Shaping the Future Together, and which recognizes the many Latinos who have paved the way for the future generations to be able to enact change and encompass the spirit of innovation, resilience, unity that defines our heritage, especially in Los Angeles, where Latinos play a vital role in all facets of the public and the private sector. Our city leaders remind us that all voices matter and that our many diverse communities belong here. As you all know, according to the 2020 census, Latinos represent the largest ethnicity in Los Angeles County, making up 48% of the population. And since its inception, LA's large and vibrant Latino community has played a major role in shaping and enriching the city's history, culture, economy, and much more. We know firsthand how important it is for the Latino voice to be represented and heard in Los Angeles. And for that reason, we strive to cultivate a workplace with employees who reflect and understand the diverse communities that they serve. The Department of Public Works draws strength from our workforce. So we know that Los Angeles is a better place because of the contributions and the viewpoints of its diverse cultures. Today, Latinos represent our workforce in our board offices, our bureaus at every level, and throughout our executive positions. This recognition is our way of reflecting on the celebration and the success of forging a path for the next generation of Latinos, much like those who came before us. The men and women being recognized today are amongst the more than 6,000 hardworking and dedicated public works employees who every day deliver and manage vital services to our communities throughout the city of Los Angeles and improve the quality of life for millions of Angelinos. While we continue to face challenges and adapt to those, our public works family continues to shine and accomplish so much. And we have an outstanding employees to show leadership.
Yeah, it's only doing the sound.
Today, the board is honored to recognize six outstanding Latino employees for their invaluable contributions to the Department of Public Works in the city of Los Angeles. It is my pleasure to invite President Pro Tem Mike Davis to introduce us to our first honoree.
Thank you so very much, Vice President Teresa Villegas. And I first would like to thank you for coordinating Latino Heritage Month for 2024. And as the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer for the Department of Public Works, it is critically important for us to continue to recognize all the various cultures in Los Angeles on an annual basis. It is a priority for the mayor's office and for us in general in the city to be inclusive. It is my pleasure to introduce our first honoree. We know firsthand how important it is for the Latino voice to be represented and to be heard in Los Angeles.
Henry?
Let's see here. For this reason, we strive to cultivate a workplace with employees who reflect and understand the diverse communities they serve. The Department of Public Works draws strength. The first person who we will honor comes from the Bureau of Contract Administration, Sergio Mojadro. Is that correct? Sergio is a senior construction inspector with the Bureau of Contract Administration in the wastewater construction.
We're going to stream Henry.
And has been working for the city of Los Angeles for 24 years. He started his city career as a
hopefully
California
some of them will be really
Northridge student worker at the Department of General Services in the Bureau of Standards. Soon thereafter, Sergio was hired as a materials testing technician and continued to attend school. He graduated in 2005 with a Bachelor's of Science degree in civil engineering. He then promoted to a civil engineering associate in the Bureau of Engineering's wastewater conveyance division. In 2012, Sergio transferred to contract administration, where he has been in his current role and works under the division manager, Steffi Wiles, and principal instructor, James Castley. He is currently the lead inspector for North Outfall Sewer 10, a $53 million major sewer rehabilitation project.
There's more than one way to skin the damn cat. Sergio has been grateful for
opportunities he's been given to advance his career within the city and enjoys giving back by helping train and mentor new construction inspectors. Sergio is the oldest of 5 siblings and a first-generation Latino who was born and grew up in the San Fernando Valley. He attended and graduated from Sylmar High School. He lives in Sylmar and is the proud father of 5 children, 3 girls and 2 boys, ranging in the age
It's a Pop-Tart bag.
from 14
I'm not a
to
sugary
27
kind of
years
person,
old.
but I
Thank
think we
you,
need
Sergio,
coffee and sugar for
for
this
the
meeting.
important work you do to ensure that critical city sewer projects are completed and done safely. Congratulations, Sergio. Thank you.
Go right ahead.
Good morning, Madam Vice President, Commissioners. Welcome, Commissioner Grant, to the board. I'm so pleased to be here today to speak about Sergio. You know, you read a little bit about his bio, and when I first got the email about nominating employees, it talks about employees with a can-do attitude. And you talk about Sergio, who's raising young kids, has his job and earning his
Let's see if my
engineering
son
degree
can
at the
come in
same
here and
time.
put a blanket up
That's
over
not a
the
can-do attitude. You know, I don't know what is.
the door.
But that's one of the things I love best about our inspectors is that attitude and the diverse experience and backgrounds that they all bring. Right? They all contribute. Whether they came to us with 0 construction experience, some are contractors, some are engineers, and they bring all that, as Sergio does, to his work on our projects. And he's the lead on one of our largest active sewer projects for a reason, and I think that's representative of the trust that the Bureau
High
has
power
in him
lies.
to make sure that the city's interests in that project are protected. And you know, as a first-generation Latino, you mentioned paving the way in your introduction, Madam Vice President, and he's certainly passionate about being able to train future inspectors, or the inspectors are younger inspectors that are
Let me
learning
see if
on the
I
job.
can do.
And you know, Sergio, you have 5 children who should be very proud of the role model and the example that you've set for them as a first-generation Latino, and you're paving the way for them. So really, congratulations. I don't want to miss, and I want to just recognize his wife, Gloria, who, as we all know, there are great things that Sergio has been able to do for the Bureau, but none of that is possible
That's better.
without the support and love from his wife. So congratulations.
Morning, Holly.
Go ahead.
Thank my wife for supporting me all these years. Want to say I'm grateful for the opportunity to be working with the city, and I want to say
Those
thank
little
you to
computer
Raul,
demons
Seth,
can't get me.
Jim,
We're gonna figure it
for
out
nominating me
anyways.
for the recognition, and all my fellow friends and coworkers that are here to support me. Thank you.
Congratulations indeed. Our next honoree is from the Bureau of Engineering. And I have the distinct privilege to present in honor Armenia Aguilar. Welcome. Currently works in the Permit Case Management Division, and she joined the Bureau of Engineering in 2002 and worked in various capacities, and those include construction management and wastewater construction, civil design, engineering and wastewater conveyance, almost 20 years in the development services, helping constituents with all types of construction permits and public right-of-way easement requests. She is one of the most caring staff members, as many
good
have
morning,
shared
Adara.
over the
I didn't
years.
see you pop in.
Numerous times, the Bureau has received comments from the public counter customers thanking us for her attention and navigating them through the process. It is not easy, so thank you for that. She truly carries a can-do attitude towards all people and never backs away from a difficult challenge. Armenia treats everyone equally, no matter how small or big an issue is. and projects and excels in engaging her peers and keeping a great team dynamic in the office. Armenia's parents immigrated from Jalisco, Mexico, and she was born and raised in Los Angeles, where her father still resides. She went to Venice High School and graduated from Cal State Los Angeles with a degree in civil engineering. Outside of work, she is just as busy as the mother of 3 teenagers. I can commiserate with you later. And 4 charismatic dogs. She supports her children and their peers so they continue to challenge themselves and achieve higher ground. The Bureau of Engineering is fortunate to have had such a dedicated engineer in Armenia for 20 years, and we are pleased to have her and recognize her at the board for Latino Heritage Month. Congratulations.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Vice President Villegas and Commissioners. Ted Allen, the City Engineer with Bureau of Engineering. I've had the honor to know and work with Armenia for many, many years, and her husband as well, who used to be with Bureau of Engineering way back in my geotech days. They're both amazing. But I'm going to do something a little bit different today, which is read an email we received some time back from a developer that was thanking us for Armenia. So I'm going to start
If
with
I turn that
because
down
really
a little bit,
put
can
it
you
well
hear
into
better?
words. It says, I, as a client project owner, have been working with Miss Armenia Aguilar. I understand you're the department manager. This one too.
Does that make it a little bit easier to hear me
I wanted to reach
while
out
we're
and
going
share
through
with
all
you
of
my
this?
experience in working with Ms. Aguilar. She has been quite
Okay, good.
responsive with excellent customer service, quick to respond with a positive attitude, and a kind individual who wants to get the job done. She takes initiative. She has a whatever it takes mentality, and she's been very supportive and
I figured it out.
results.
I was just going to say,
I
could
wanted
you
to
put a
reach out to
blanket
you
over
and
that
share
so
with
that
you
way
my appreciation
I don't
of her
glare
efforts and
behind me?
recognize her for being a great help
But
in this project.
I
want to
just took me right
congratulate you
off the
for having
screen.
such a
So
staff member, and thank you for offering such customer service. People like Armenia need to be appreciated and recognized by all of us. So I thought this put it so well into words, and it's perfect because we're here appreciating and recognizing her today. But you know, for a developer to take time out of their day to write such a nice email, it really shows just how helpful Armenia is. And it's funny because I had written down some words of what I think of when I think of Armenia, and almost all of them were in
is
that.
the volume
in
of
those
them talking
I underlined most
acceptable
of them,
though, to where you can hear
attitude,
them?
professional, helpful, calm, responsive, kind, supportive, effective, excellent customer service. And so it's not just the Bureau of Engineering and her coworkers saying that, but the customers as well. And all of us as civil servants, that's what we strive
Cool. Thank
for,
you,
to
Scooter
serve
Mom.
the people of the city. And no one does it better than Armenia for sure. And so I just want to
I
thank
have
you,
to look at
Armenia.
the.
Congratulate you. I will, I guess, be the one to hand off the certificate from the Board of Public Works. And thank you so much. You can put the stop. Goodbye.
I'm a person of very few words. Surprisingly enough, I guess it's just easier to work with the customers. But I just do want to say thank you for having me here. I do want to thank Ted for nominating me and my coworkers for being here. I'm surprised to see so many of my coworkers who have actually helped me make my job a lot easier. I have been here for over 20
They have
years.
6
20 years in development services, and as challenging as that
on the
sound,
award.
I think it might have a little bit to do with personality, and I think I get that from Dad, so I have to thank him for that too. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think I also do this for my family and my husband and my 3 kids.
Hopefully those assessment hearings will go really quick on the agenda.
I feel like the city of LA,
Let me see, there's 1, 2.
has given me such a wonderful opportunity to be somebody that anybody can strive for. I met so many wonderful
There's
people
like
over the years.
10 assessment
and
hearings,
honestly,
and
I
hopefully
enjoy
they'll
my
just
job.
go.
It sounds crazy to say that.
They'll flash by.
Working with customers, but I think it's just working with people and being able to help them get through this crazy system of getting permits or just trying to figure out where to go. So, and a lot of those are the Latino community who don't speak a word of English. So it's just nice to be able to help guide them through. So thank you for having me here. Thank you to my coworkers. And
hey, Adam. Nice to see you in here this morning.
Thank you and congratulations. And next we'll have Commissioner Reyes.
Okay, this one is a wonderful awardee, known by so many people and revered by LA Sanitation and the Environment. I want to call on Paul Cobian, Environmental Affairs Officer of LA Sanitation and Environment, and Alex Kalu, our Assistant Director for LA San. And whoever wants to stand up and speak, stand up behind Paul so you could be called on to provide your remarks. So Paul, here you are. Paul is an environmental affairs officer with a profound commitment to environmental leadership within the city of Los Angeles. Since 2008, he has been an integral part of the LA Sanitation and Environment, where he has contributed his expertise in regulatory compliance, legislative advocacy, and policy formulation across LA Sanitation's clean water, climate action, and solid resources programs. His leadership
Who's the English patient, Adam? Is that a
LA
movie?
Sanitation's Solid Resources Citywide Recycling Division involves spearheading the comprehensive plastics reduction program. This program is pivotal in reshaping Los Angeles by substantially curtailing single-use and disposable plastics. In fact,
Never seen
yesterday
it.
we were at the press conference.
I just
where
vaguely
Paul and
remember a
his
title
team
named like that.
were officially recognized for their work, and where the City Council Energy Committee officially, and the City Council itself as a whole, recognized this policy that will reduce plastic pollution and divert plastic away from our landfill. So thank you, Paul, for this. This is huge. With a master's in engineering management and a bachelor's in chemical engineering from Cal Poly Pomona, Paul drives impactful sustainability, combating climate change, and championing initiatives aimed at fostering a greener, more resilient, zero-waste Los Angeles. We thank you, Paul, very much for your dedication and continuous work in helping move the city to become zero waste, and congratulate him on this recognition. So zero is a good number here for us here in the city of Los Angeles when we're talking about waste. And Paul, you are a stalwart leader. You rock this position. Thank you so much for your commitment. And now, Alex, your turn on the podium. Thank you. Congratulations.
Well, good morning, Honorable Commissioners Villegas, Davis, Reyes, Commissioner Fersan, and Commissioner Grant. You picked up the perfect day to start at the board. You're seeing a sample of the amazing work that the city employees do day in and day out. But today we are here to honor Paul Cobian. As we celebrate Latino Heritage Month,
texted Henry and told him that I'm restreaming his Zoom, so told him not to turn it off.
Of Mr. Paul Cobian. Paul's dedication, talent, and leadership have made a lasting impact on LA San team and our entire organization. Yesterday, as Commissioner Reyes mentioned, the Los Angeles City Council voted for the most comprehensive plastic report in the history of the city of Los Angeles. This program was prepared by none other but Paul Cobian and his team, and I think the city owes him a debt of gratitude. Paul embodies the values of hard work, resilience, and commitment, which are deeply rooted in the rich cultural heritage of his parents and the Latino community. Paul's unique perspective and unwavering determination have helped drive the success of LA San and foster a more inclusive workforce. Today, we are especially honored to have his family with us here today. His wife, Connie, their 3 children, his sister, his brother-in-law, and his mother-in-law. We know that the supportive family is
I have a
invaluable,
different kind of a comment
and Paul's
today. I'm going to
dedication
blast
is
the
a
board.
reflection of strength and love he shares with
They're
his
going to
loved
make
ones.
me wait for it.
Many of us leave in the morning and our kids don't know what the parents do. So for the children of Paul, I know JJ is too young to understand me, but I would like to tell you that you should be extremely proud of your dad. As you watch the Olympics in 2028, please remember that the success of reducing plastic waste at the events, as Commissioner Reyes mentioned, the Zero Waste Olympics, is directly related to the policies and the programs that your dad, Paul, has helped develop and will shape generations to come. Again, thank you all for being here to celebrate this special moment with us. We are grateful to Paul's effort and proud to celebrate his achievement during this important month. Thank you, Paul, for your continued contribution and for being an inspiration to all of us.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Commissioner Reyes, and to the rest of the board. Thank you for
Everybody
taking this
clap.
time out of the work that needs to be done by this board for this department. Also wanted to thank Dr. Rowena Romano, my team, that Michelle, one of my supervisors, Christine, and the rest of the staff that are here supporting me. We're doing incredible work, and it's work that we love. I want to thank my family, as Alex mentioned, my wife Connie, my son Caleb, Olivia, Joshua, and my mother-in-law Bonnie, and then we got Vicky and Alan as well. It's been my support system for many years, and I love my family dearly. As Alex mentioned, we do this because we love this. I'm a first-generation Latino, and I am the beneficiary of my parents' self-sacrifice and self-determination. And I'm aware of that every single day, that the little bit that I can contribute, there's been so much more that's done before us. And so I'm proud of that. I want to thank you all just for allowing me to represent the rich and vibrant Latino culture that continues to inspire many of us. I am truly humbled. I look forward to continue to serve, uplift, and inspire, just as my community has always inspired me. I do accept this honor with humility, knowing that my story is part of a much larger tapestry of perseverance, culture, and pride. So thank you all.
I'm gonna go off protocol. We're sanitation commissioner, so we always break the rules, but we're the best. So I'm gonna have Commissioner Reyes introduce this one. I'm better for you. Come on, Paul. Yeah, sure.
I see audit in the back there on that picture. Everybody say cheese.
Now we'll turn the floor over to Commissioner Corsan.
Thank you. Welcome and congratulations to all of the faces who are probably new to this room. If it's your first time here, hang back and take photos because it's a really remarkable room that is also named after a very prominent and pivotal player in Los Angeles history, the Roybal hearing room. So if you have a chance, just do look up the history of that because it speaks to why we're here today. And before I introduce our Bureau of Streetlights honoree, I just want to take a minute just to thank you for all of your work. What makes LA so fabulous and wonderful is that is a global city, and you can't be a global city unless your workforce embodies and reflects the values that comes with that global population. And what we're doing here today is not just necessarily highlighting your heritage, but recognizing the pivotal work you do that contributes to the glory and the beautification of the city of Los Angeles. And your backstories is always remarkable and fascinating for me. I'm going to go back to the Silmar High School shout out as a Valley boy. I really like that one. So congratulations all. And our next honoree is Abel Duran from the Bureau of Streetlights, street lighting electrician.
Okay, that's number 4.
I think he sat all the way in the back so we would all clap while he was making his way up to the front. Abel began his career with the Bureau of Street Lighting in 2015 as a union hiring hall traffic signal electrician. And in 2017, he was promoted to a civil service position as a street lighting electrician. Prior to working for the city of Los Angeles, Mr. Duran worked for Dyna Electric. His generosity and caring and giving nature extend to the workplace. He actively participates in training committee in the field operations division, ensuring field staff stays safe while working, providing and offering his support, as well as building rapport with his colleagues. He hopes to continue learning, promoting to supervisor, and training his colleagues in the workplace. Mr. Duran was born in Tijuana and immigrated to the United States when he was just 2 years old. He is a devoted church member and a compassionate, faith-driven individual in his community. And he hopes to continue that, as well as he opens his home up. I'm going to pause here and say this as slowly as possible because this is remarkable. Mr. Duran opens up his home and temporarily fosters children whose parents are navigating the immigration process. Thank you for that.
Why are you moving public comment to the end? You can't do that. This is a Brown Act violation. Stop moving public comment to the end.
Who is from Costa Rica, along with their 2 sons and daughters.
Stop moving it to the end.
Abel enjoys family trips, whether it's
public comment. This
international.
I apologize.
Stop moving public.
We have
the world is watching you. Stop moving it to
the presiding officer.
TJ, you know this is a
user Bob Min.
This is a Brown.
This is
you can't
warning.
Thank you. And further,
you can't do this, TJ. This is illegal, TJ. This is a Brown Act.
I would
TJ.
A second warning.
Violation, TJ. This is a Brown Act violation, TJ.
We encourage the presiding officer to issue the second warning. Corruption.
Are you able to mute him?
Brown Act violation, TJ.
No, he just,
you can't do this, Teresa.
They just
Brown Act violation.
Why don't we drop him from the call?
No,
okay.
Because then I'm going to drop on my Zoom.
It's a Brown Act violation, TJ. It's a Brown Act violation, TJ. You can't push the
button. We have another user named
Kenny.
Kenny, who is doing
this
this.
First warning.
Thank you. Kenny, please do not interrupt the meeting. And user Bob Minton has been removed from the meeting. I apologize. I apologize.
With that, you see the pivotal work you all do highlighted in the public comment.
We can still hear it though, right?
As we're faced with daily basis, the obstacles that come in the workplace. And I would imagine for Mr. Duran as a streetlight technician,
Bob
with so many
Minton out.
streetlights out, it's a constant barrage when you're out in the field. And part of the training of your colleagues is patience.
Okay, let me see if I can find a different video.
Constituents. So back to Mr. Duran.
We may have to.
He lives in Fontana with his wife Eve, who is from Costa Rica.
No, they kicked Henry and Kenny out,
family trips,
and we were streaming Henry's.
Adventures, and finds personal joy in wearing Crocs. Not today. Watching suspenseful thrillers and snacking. Thank you, Mr. Abel, for your important work that you do in helping maintain the thousands of streetlights in the city, and congratulations on being honored.
Let's see if we can do audits. It's going to be a different view.
Good morning, commissioners, and thank you for having us all here today to take the time to recognize some of the extraordinary employees that we have working in our department. We all know that the employees of Public Works are going over and beyond every single day in the field, the central employees who make our department shine, especially street lighting, and really be the folks out there getting the things done and that are very visible to the constituents and making.
But we'll watch audits view for a minute or
I'm
two.
going to keep this super short and actually pass the speech making.
We'll just see we'll see her view. We'll watch everybody's butts.
But I wanted to say some words just to honor Mr. Duran. I'd be remiss.
Paralyzed because he's pissed. They're pushing general public comment to the end of the agenda, and they normally take it at the beginning of the agenda.
So he was
and so they are denying people of their First Amendment rights.
And then, you know,
per their Brown Act.
The gap in our workforce at that time. And while we hiring,
yep, he is. He's kind of pissed me off too, but
for us at least,
nothing that I can do except for maybe get kicked out like Henry and Kenny just did.
And hopefully retire through the civil service path within the Bureau of Street Lighting. So we are so grateful that Mr. Duran came to us through the hall and decided that the Bureau of Street Lighting would become his long-term home.
Y'all okay to be looking at it from audit's view for a little bit?
And dedication for all of these years. So I just want to say thank you and congratulations, and I'm going to pass it off to Sylvia Torres, the head of our field operations.
Because we're not doing anything anyways right now.
Good morning, commissioners. We are thrilled to honor Abel Duran, whose unwearing dedication and hard work shines brightly with our team. With a commitment that extends beyond the workplace, Abel Duran selflessly dedicates his time to training colleagues, ensuring their growth and success. Known for his unwavering dependability and tireless work ethic, Abel consistently goes above and beyond, often spending some of his personal time to train and support his co-workers. His significant contribution to co-location and CM districts, along with his vital role in the Vermonica projects where streetlight poles were installed at our field operations division, reflects his dedication to improving our community. Additionally, his expertise in LED conversion and transition from high voltage to low voltage circuits has been invaluable. Beyond his remarkable skills, Abel has a warm and inviting spirit, often sharing snacks and stories from his fishing adventures and from his camping trips, spreading joy and camaraderie in our workplace. Congratulations, Abel. Thank you. I have one of his supervisors who wants to say something.
Okay, so as a wheelchair user,
good morning, commissioners. I just want to say a few words.
You guys will think this is funny because we're just listening to them congratulate each other
today
anyways.
During Latino Heritage Month,
but when you're a wheelchair user, you get used to butt view. So you know everybody that's losing or gaining weight because you can see it in their butts.
Abel is a hard worker,
and it's not like you do it on purpose. It's just right in front of your face.
To accomplish the tasks at hand. He is dedicated to empowering and supporting his colleagues so that they can be the best in the workplace by imparting to them his strong institutional knowledge and work expertise, in addition of being a member of our community
right,
and our safety and training committee. Abel, you are a great asset to my team and a pleasure to work with. Congratulations. Thank you, Commissioner.
There you go, an audit's view of the world.
Well, I have nothing to say. I already said it all. First of all, I want to thank God, and then I want to thank everybody that came. I'm a firm believer that you don't know good till you've seen bad. You don't know light till you've seen darkness. And I grew up in LA in poverty. I know what it is not to have food. I know what it is not to have money for new things. I know what it is to get evicted. I know what it is to need money. And I also went to a private contractor. I know what it is not getting lunch and not getting paid. I know what it is, your check being short. I know what it is getting punished for taking days off to see your daughter graduate, taking days off work. I know what it is for getting demoted for taking a couple of days off to see your last son being born. I'm a crybaby, so don't worry. And that's why I wouldn't change none of that, because that made me who I am. Because of that and my parents' hard work, see, and my wife's always supporting me and pushing me forward. Between that formed me. So I learned to appreciate the little things. I learned to appreciate working for the city of LA. I learned to appreciate the financial stability. I learned to appreciate the blessing that it is working in a place like the city of Los Angeles. When I came here, the best thing about it, when I came here, I said, wow, I want to be here. Like she mentioned, I came from the union. I want to be here. This feels like a family. I can speak, I can't speak for all the bureaus, but I'll speak for the BSL. It's like a family. You go there, and then on the tailgate meetings, you see it. They're all talking to each other. When somebody has financial need, they go and they put money together. Somebody in their family died, they put money together. They support. Anybody brings a fundraisers, they support it, they give it. I'm like, wow, this is where I want to be. People talk to you, they want to change, they want to appreciate everybody in the bureau. I know the crews over there, Sylvia, for giving me that opportunity.
Why?
And it goes beyond that. The Bureau of Streetlight is not for me.
What happened to her?
All right, yeah, I turned it off. Turn it back on. I was about to start screaming. The Bureau of Streetlight is not just my job. It's not just my career. It's my work family. We go beyond that. We do camping trips outside of work, fishing trips outside of work. We go to hockey games together. We know each other's families. And I think that's what I appreciate more. Being part of a family. I want to thank Sylvia for giving me the trust. I want to thank Harry. I have other guys that are not here. My crew's right there. I want to thank all of you guys for trusting me and letting me be a part of your family. It's amazing. This recognition means a lot to me. From a young boy growing up in
Amy,
poverty,
what name did he sign up as?
recognized in the city of LA. Yeah, for me, it's a big deal. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you,
Swedish,
everybody.
we had the same thoughts. I mean, we'll recognize his voice instantly.
And Commissioner Corsand will do Streets LA as well.
I think we're going to pass this one off to Commissioner Brandt.
Okay, all right.
Streets LA doesn't deserve a recognition or an award. She may be doing a good job, but yeah, I last night, so I was talking to Audit after the Salt Lake City one, and they wouldn't let her sign up as Audit LA, so she signed up as Jane Doe. So she was the Jane Doe speaker if you couldn't recognize her voice. And afterwards, she's like, oh, I should have signed up as Shelley Miscavige. I seriously, guys, I would have pissed my pants laughing so hard if she would have done that. I'm going to have to remember that for one of these times. That would be a hoot. I would laugh so bad.
Initially, she was placed on the payroll as an accountant clerk. But this one's better. Sorry. And immediately took to the job.
She has an obvious voice.
And was excellent. Her enthusiasm, her ability to adapt to it and adapt and even train others. Then, after the civil service exam, 18 months later, she became a full accounting clerk and took part in the transfer.
Yeah, I would have laughed and laughed and laughed.
To Workday, which, as anyone knows, is one of the most complicated things. I was in a union that had half the number of employees that you had, with 4 times the number of employees.
What was it? We were doing
and it was a nightmare. We couldn't talk to them for a week. So really, I know
the law board that one day that guy chimed in and said, oh, and since everybody else is saying it, where's Shelley or something like that. That was funny.
2 other full-time jobs because she's a mother of 6 children and several grandchildren, got her degree, her BA, as well as a master's of business administration. It is just a testimony to what we have in this city and the excellence that you've shown, your enthusiasm already. training other new employees in the ins and outs of the job is just phenomenal. And I'm really, congratulations on all of your achievement and your hard work. We are so proud of you and appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Grant, and all the commissioners. I'd like to, my name is Rose Caragese, and I'm here on behalf of myself as well as my supervisor, Stephanie Clements, who's our assistant director. And, today we're celebrating a lot of Latinos and Latinas,
Volney
employees of the city of
Matheson.
LA that make very great accomplishments.
Explain that one a little bit, Adam.
Great
Who was
accomplishments
Volney
and make many
Matheson?
contributions to the city of LA through their hard work and
Like
dedication.
Danny
And
Masterson?
Rebecca is similar and exemplary in the same facet. She is, we're honored today to celebrate her. She's a very special Latina that's part of our family at the Bureau of Street Services in our payroll section. She is not only one of our employees, but a great friend to
Okay,
me.
Audit, what are
She's
you
been
doing
working
on
with
your
us
view?
since 2021. I've known her since the first day that she started working
Oh,
at the
okay.
Bureau. And she always has a can-do attitude. She goes above and beyond. And in terms of workday, we all know how difficult that was. And she was able to do all the testing, do all the hand-holding and all the customer service to our internal customers, to all our divisions, to help make sure that we are paying everyone accurately.
And somebody could sign up as David Fake
It's really
Navy.
important. She provides excellent customer service. She goes above and beyond. And the most important thing is that she does it all with a smile. She's always
I
smiling.
think we have
and
one
happy
more person
to
after
have,
this
the opportunity to assist
for the
all of,
certificate
the different employees
or the
within
award.
Bureau in the difficult transition between Pacer and Workday. So we really thank her. We're here along with other members. She's an amazing team player. All of her team is here to celebrate her. So thank you for being here, and I'm going to go ahead and pass this to Rebecca to say a few words. Thank you.
Oh, so Amelia, yep.
First, I want to say thank you for having me, and I'm honored to receive this recognition. But I'm also honored to, oh my God, it's okay. But the biggest honor.
That's
is to work
okay.
with the city
We'll
of Los
understand.
Angeles.
Swedish, if
That
you need to
itself has
sleep,
been
you
a
go to
blessing
sleep.
for me and my family. My husband is here too,
Enjoy your beauty sleep.
but I couldn't do any of it. First, I thank God. Then I thank my leaders. My leader that's hiding behind that pole over there. And my wonderful coworkers. Amazing. I am blown away and everything, the experience, even workday. I'm just blessed. And I don't know how many people know what a blessing it is to have a job with the city of Los Angeles. It's everything. It's job security, financial stability. I can't complain. So I am honored to receive this recognition. And I thank you for your time and your service. And I thank my
It's
leaders
cool that they do
and their
this,
roles.
because not all boards do this.
All my coworkers, I love them all. They're my second family. Thank you. And
They
may you
seem
have a
to do
blessed
this
day.
like once a month over here at this board. Let's see, how many weeks has it been since June 1st? 4, 8, 12,
Thank you so much.
16 weeks.
Thank you. And I think our last honoree is going to be done by Mr. Paul Roth. Is that correct? For the Office of Beautification.
Let me see.
Good morning. Paul Raj, Director of the Office of Community Beautification. And it's my privilege to introduce
1,
the
2,
board's
3,
honoree this
4,
morning, and that's
5,
Thomas Morales of OCB.
6,
Thomas
7,
first
8,
began working
9,
with the Office of Community
10,
Beautification
11, 12,
in
13,
1993.
through a program that
14, 15,
temporarily
16,
hired
17,
people whose jobs
18.
were impacted by recent civil unrest.
Almost 19
After
weeks.
18 months with OCD,
I was wrong.
Thomas started working with one of our graffiti removal contractors in South LA, where he
So
supervised
Audit and I
the
have been
work,
doing this
in
19
Council District
weeks.
8 from
And they haven't
1994
done
to
shit.
1999. He then returned to the Office of Community Beautification in 1999 as a project assistant, coordinating cleanup events and overseeing the work of graffiti abatement contractors in South LA and on the East Side. Through his experience working with a graffiti removal contractor, Thomas has become the technical expert for OCD, providing assistance to various contractors on safety issues, technical expertise, equipment issues, and quality control issues for all of our contractors. Additionally, Thomas works with Council Districts 8, 9, 14, and 15 to coordinate volunteer cleanup and beautification events. Thomas is the guy who's always ready to work.
I definitely have lack of
events,
sun damage this year.
supervise contractors, special projects, such as being at the 6th Street Bridge or the 2nd Street Tunnel, overseeing graffiti abatement at 5:30 in the morning to ensure that the work is being performed correctly. He's always willing to
I'm going
work
to see if Henri
on the
did
weekends
sign
to
up.
support these volunteer events. Sometimes this has gotten Thomas and OCB in a little hot water with TJ as he's accumulated a little bit over his allotted overtime amount. But I think we're doing a better job in keeping Thomas OT levels down a bit. Just a few quick facts about Thomas. He was born in El Salvador. He immigrated to the United States when he was 12 years old. He grew up in the Aliso Village housing projects, attended Roosevelt High School, where he was a starting quarterback, and beat their arch rival Garfield when he was the quarterback. So congratulations on that, Thomas. Thomas has an identical twin brother who once came to the office in place of Thomas to see how long it would take the rest of the staff to realize that this wasn't Thomas.
Audit drags to me to these dang things. I laugh about that. But
figured it out.
Probably on a normal week. This isn't a normal week.
A problem whenever he walks
4 or
around
5.
14 because people always come up to him and assume that it's Thomas and start talking to him.
Today's
about
the last
graffiti or
day
how he
for
helped them on a particular
LA City, though.
project. Thomas is the father of 2 sons who are both mechanical.
Yeah, do you guys want me to
engineers,
switch back over
and,
to
Thomas's
Henry's
younger
Zoom
son
view
actually played on the same high
before
school
he gets
baseball
kicked
team
out?
as my son,
So that way
at
you can
Eagle
see
Rock
the
High
Zoom
School.
view?
Thomas,
Or do you want me
thank
to
you
just
for
stay
your
on
many
Audit's
years
view?
of service to the city, to the Office of Community Beautification, for always being that face of the city to the residents, someone who is out in the field.
Okay, I'll
hands-on
switch back
working
over
with
to
the members of the communities that he serves. We greatly appreciate all that you have done to maintain and beautify the city of LA. So, Thomas, congratulations.
Okay, we'll switch back to Henry. And if he gets kicked out, we'll switch back to Audit's view.
Workers. I think, sorry, it's just, I've got so many things that being here is just a blessing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm at Chris. Congratulations. At this time, I'm just going to turn let the commissioner just say one last word, just a brief comments, and then we will take a picture. I don't know if we can take a picture here, or we'll just break for about like 5 to 10 minutes to take a picture either in here or at the steps, and then we will resume with our regularly scheduled meeting.
But I will start with Commissioner Corsan and just go around the room.
I previously shared, so thank you.
Thank you.
I just this is just a treasure, and to be able to witness and celebrate your work and the work that you bring to this city and to every community is just thank you once again. It really has been, I think, probably, I was going to say it's the best day as a commissioner, but this is my first day, so it has to be the best day. It's the best day. Hope every day is at least half as good as this one. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Grant. I'm writing down your name because I was just looking at you and I'm thinking, oh, name. Yeah. Thank you. And Pro Tem Davis.
Once again, to everyone who has been recognized today, thank you so very much for the service that you have given to Los Angeles. And it is because of you and all of those of us who are here working to help serve the residents of Los Angeles. This is what makes the great city of Los Angeles what it is today. It's the second largest, one of the most effective and efficient cities in the United States of America, but it would not be so without the Latino community at the core of this city, making it what it is today. Once again, thank you and congratulations.
I just want to acknowledge the richness of the talents that we have here in the city of Los Angeles, especially our Latino population, our Latino employees. But most of all, I want to thank your families. They're here today. They're a witness. They're a testament to your hard work and dedication. They're your support system. And I know that you couldn't do the hard work that you're tasked with without the loving support of your families. So to all the families of our honorees right now, thank you. Muchas gracias for all your work and love that you embody and provide to all our honorees today. Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners. And just closing remarks. Congratulations again to Sergio, to Armenia, to Paul, to Abel, Rebecca, and to Thomas for your honor, being honored today. It is important. It's so good to be able to hear everyone's stories. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a unique background. And that's what makes our city family so rich. I share with you, I came to this country as a little girl, and I took the oath of citizenship in 1996. So everyone has a story in this, city family, and I think that's what makes us super rich and diverse. And for your hard work and dedication, this month we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Next, following up, we will have Filipino American Month as well. We also do, other cultures, and I think it is important to be able to recognize and to be able to.
Okay, well, this is the last award
that you all do, because that's what our city family does. We just
so let's hope they blast through after they do their little
and be able to have
picture
a lot of gratitude for the jobs that we have.
Photo op here.
And I'm so grateful for those families that were able to come today and to see your husbands, your brother, your family member just being honored today. It's just such a treasure. And as we conclude today, just a big congratulations to all of our honorees and your certificates up high, where you're at, in your cubicle or in your office or wherever, or at home. Just be proud of it, because these recognitions are significant and important. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. All right, so at this time, we'll take like a 5-minute break and try and take a picture. Probably out, we're gonna do the picture outside at the steps. So we'll take like a maybe 7 to 10 minute break, and then we'll come back.
Oh, you don't need that long to take pictures.
Recording stopped.
Jeebers. Anybody notice if there's been any updates on Danny's trial today? Did they come out for lunch or anything? Well, I guess it's only, what, 11? 12, 1, 2. Yeah, so it's only 11 o'clock there. And then I think Solomon is tomorrow, right? Yep. Yep, 11:06. Thanks, Swedish. What do you guys think? There's only 17 of us in here, 14, 15, 16, whatever. Of all that ZDT crap that's been going on. Are any of you, do you ever go into his room and listen to all that crap? And no judgment if you do. I like Dodge's reports too. Absolutely no judgment if you do, because, sometimes it's like watching a train wreck. Yeah. I do too, but somebody had pointed me in there the other day because he was talking about Audit. And it really ticked me off. I didn't respond because Audit's a big girl and she can handle her own. And sometimes if you have big bullies like that, it's best to just stay quiet, not get into the mix of it. Yeah, he's vile, isn't he? Yeah, not worth your time or effort. I wanted to go see what he was saying about Audit. He was body shaming her and being a prick and just being a jerk. And I was going to respond. I was going to do a video, and I thought, no, not that I would care that he would target me. That wouldn't bother me a bit. Come on, bring it on. But I just didn't want to edify anything that he was saying, one, and two, prolong any type of, yeah. Yeah, I agree. And, Audit and I had a discussion about it. And I said, anybody that listened to him or Reddit crap, which I don't even go on Reddit. So, I mean, she was telling me what was on there about her. And I said, anybody that listens to you or watches you understands the dedication and the integrity that you have. I wouldn't even I'd let it roll right off my back. Reddit is a cesspool. And Peter, you're right. I don't subscribe. As I said, I've gone in there a couple of times to see what he was saying when somebody said something. But other than that, it's too much rolling in the mud. He's not worth my hours of watching. He's not worth it. I think that is Solomon's. I think Solomon's case is tomorrow against him. Yeah. Do you just have one chameleon, Minnie? Rotten Jules is interesting, isn't she? I mean, I know they have a beef. They must have had a relationship in the past. But some of her stuff that she, yeah, he doesn't stand a chance tomorrow. Some of the stuff that she streams on about, what's the name of it? The process people, or some of those old affiliations with who's that? The Manson group. Some of that's kind of interesting. Because he's under a cloak. He's cloak and dagger at him. Yeah, it just caught my interest, Peter, and I just wanted to, it's like, I mean, that's a totally different rabbit hole to run down. Yeah, I'm not too sure how much of it I believe or support, but it's definitely interesting. Yeah, this whole Scientology with all the tentacles and aberrations and everything it gets into, the nooks and crannies, it's amazing how deep it goes. Every once in a while you'll see a new front group and you're like, what the heck? Yeah, as I said, she's just got some interesting stuff if you have a few minutes to sit there and start digging into things. Who's another one that I really enjoy watching? I always love watching Nora. Whether you love her or hate her, she's funny, but two, she explains things well to where you can start understanding the why. Knowing the why for me helps. Yeah, I think the Process Church was a spin-off from Church of Scientology at first. But I don't know about you guys, but when I know the why, it helps explain maybe behavior or character. And then I can strategize. How do I unwrap it? How do I peel the onion, per se? How do I get to the middle of the knot? And sometimes, Adam, I wonder how much effect we're having. Is it affecting anything? Will it affect anything at the end of time? I think this movement will affect the Church of Scientology, especially with other players like P. Diddy and Nassar and all of them coming out and coming to light. The Unified Nation of Islam group, then the church, of course, the Catholic Church. All of this has been kind of leading toward it. But then you kind of think, am I just beating myself up? Okay, you guys have had enough pictures. Come back. No more photo ops. Peter, in some ways, I agree with you. Yeah, she can be funny. Definitely can be funny. And I think when people are smiling or laughing or having a good time about something, and not in a way that you're ditzing on the people that left it, but more in the way that everybody kind of feels comfortable. Yeah, I agree. She's very funny, and she should lean on that, because it makes people feel more at ease and more comfortable about it. And when you feel at ease and comfortable, you learn. It's easier to absorb. I'm glad we're not on audit's line because I'm looking at it on my phone. She's making me sick, going around in circles. Stop that. Oh, they're all outside doing pictures outside. That's why. Okay, they're walking back in. Yeah, and I'm results oriented, not process oriented. I've had to learn to adjust my style a little bit so that way I don't get defeated or feel like I'm defeated, and take it a little chunk at a time, a little step at a time. Yeah, when somebody says this is what you need to do, I'm just ready to get it done. More like a bull in a china shop than peeling the onion. But I know how hurtful and harmful that can be to a whole movement or to what I want to accomplish in the end. So I've learned to take it a step at a time and be easy, be nice. But right now we're at the point of no return and the line in the sand for this whole movement. And we just need to right now is either go or not. You can't stop. We're at the point of no return, and we need to go hard, which is why all of us are saying such harsh things and definitive things in all of our testimonies and comments. I know, it's been an hour and a half. And there's been a couple of times I called Eric one time, whining, Eric, nobody will talk to me. Nobody's helping me. Help me. I just need to get this stuff done. I need information. And I was just whining. I wasn't, pointing fingers at anybody. I was just whining. And he's like, just breathe. It'll all come together. Slow down. Let people catch up. Well, go take a nap, Scooter Mom. Eric is real. He is very real, and he likes to be drama free. His room likes to be drama free. That would be a good thing, Peter. That would be really nice to see the then and now. I know I talk with Serge quite often about his storyline, and his focus hasn't changed. But a little bit of a trigger thing here is that if somebody's had such a horrific trauma in their past, reliving it day after day has got to be hard on the system. You know, it's got to be hard on your emotional state. Because it would be a constant ripping of the bandage. But it has. It's like Nora, we were talking about watching her when I first started all of this compared to now. There's a huge difference. I know that DSR shot had to have helped some, but I'm sure her therapy has been helping. Everything in combination. She's such a difference. And yeah, Liz has changed a lot too. You know, one of her very first videos that I was watching, I've been watching since she started, but one of her first videos is when she broke down about her abuse when she was younger. And it was so raw. So raw.
Vice President Villegas, if you like, I can go ahead and put us back into record mode.
Oh, here we go again.
Recording in progress.
Reestablish quorum.
Excellent. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, commissioners, let's go back and do an approval of the minutes for Wednesday, September 18th. Can I please get a second to my motion to approve the meeting minutes for September 18th, 2024? All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by myself and a second by Pro Tem Davis. If you can please take roll call.
Will do. I quickly would like to just reestablish quorum on the record. So we do have Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Grant, Commissioner Corson, and Commissioner Reyes present. We're joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm TJ Knight, Acting Executive Officer. And so I'll take approval of a roll call vote on approval of minutes for September 18th, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis. Aye. Commissioner Grant. Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
And the minutes are approved unanimously.
Okay, thank you. All right, then I just want to remind everyone that there's 10, I guess it's a total of 10 minutes for agenda items. And we will be taking items 1 through 11 together. And if we have public comment on those, if the public can identify which item they're going to be speaking on.
Yes, we very well, Vice President Villegas. So just to clarify, there,
I'm going to take items, the assessment hearings, and I'm batching those together, 1 through 11.
And your for items 1 through 11, we do have public comment on those items, and you're limiting the public input to 10 minutes for the total for these 11 items.
Yeah, it's nothing different from the meeting that we have. I'm just reminding the public commenters that they have a total of 10 minutes to speak on any agenda.
Okay.
And if they're speaking on items 1 through 11, if they can identify which items they're going to be speaking on.
Very well. I would like to also remind members of the public, please keep on topic. If you do not speak on an agenda item or on an item that is within the board's jurisdiction for general public comment, you will get 2 warnings and then you will be removed. And so we do have commenters in the room for
Audit LA.
Yeah, Audit LA. If you'd like to approach the podium.
Okay, so just so I understand what you're saying, you will not be speaking on items 1 through 11, or you will? Okay, it's items 1 through 11. Those are our assessment hearings, and we're taking those together. And if it is your interest in speaking on items 12 through 19, okay, then you will be given time to speak on items 12 through 19. Yeah, total. Correct, yeah.
If you like, we can move next to our virtual attendees who have expressed that they want to offer commentary on items 1 through 11. We'll start with Bob Minton. Is Bob Minton back in the room? And we'll move next to, we don't have any other commenters who identified that they want to speak on items 1 through 11 who indicated that they did earlier. However, I do have hands raised on the Zoom platform. I can start calling them out to see if they wish to offer commentary on items 1 through 11, or if they're interested in public comment. Amy's iPhone, you've indicated that you wish to offer commentary on public comment. Would you also like to comment on items, on any of the items 1 through 11? And I don't see Amy unmuting. We'll move next to Zoom. Amy, go ahead.
Yes, just a moment. Yes, just a moment. Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
So I'm asking if you would like to offer commentary on agendized items 1 through 11.
Yeah, I have to plug my earphone in. I can say a few things. I'm going to say that I'm concerned with the infrastructure of the whole city as a whole, because you haven't removed planters on the L1 Hubbard Way. I have
a topic at hand. Items 1 through 11 are all assessment hearings.
Well, you need to assess the situation of your infrastructure and what's going on the water waste that is going on L1 Hubbard Way and the Scientology buildings, because it's dangerous, and that no one has gone by and inspected that to assess what's going on in your public works department. It seems like you're turning a blind eye and nothing's being done. I don't see any kind of action. I just see all talk and yes, yes, yes to all of us. And that's it. I'll yield back my time to speak on public comment.
Identify whether you wish to offer comment for items 1 through 11.
I'm just wait till the end and I'll go speak on the public comment. Bye. So.
All right, City Attorney, do we still count the comments that were made as towards her 10-minute total speaking ability?
I don't think so. She was not very clear as to whether she was identifying topics to speak on or whether this was her public comment.
Then it's on us to be able to get that out of her, and we did not. Is that correct?
Correct. So we'll just give her time.
I did ask her to stay on topic, and I did repeat that we were on assessment hearings.
We'll just give her time back, just because it was not clear whether she was identifying topics or whether she was just moving on to public comment.
Very well. All right. Do we have any other speakers?
We do not have anyone who has indicated that they wish to offer commentary on items 1 through 11, but give me 1 second. We do have 3 more hands raised. Let me ask if they wish to offer. Zoom user, attendee named Zoom user. Would you like to offer commentary on agendized items 1 through 11 this morning?
I'll wait till public comment.
Very well. I have you down for public comment, Zoom user. Thank you. Leah Safian. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Leah Safian or Safian. Would you like to offer commentary on items 1 through 11?
Yes, I would. On particularly item number, I believe it is for it's either 8 or 3 that has to do with the assessment hearing on Fountain Avenue. I just want to let y'all know that around May of this year, there was a gentleman by the name of Wendell that he basically was out there
identifying which topics he would like to speak on, or are we going straight to general public comment?
No, I'm identifying item number 10. I'm giving public comment.
We're going straight into the commentary on items 1 through 11. So public comment has not been opened yet. We're starting with items 1 through 11 taken together with a maximum time limit of 10 minutes for commentary on items 1 through 11.
Yes, that was Henry.
The hands raised to see if they would like to offer commentary on items 1 through 11 before we do the staff report on items 1 through 11. If they wish to offer commentary and they're prepared to offer the up to 2 minutes commentary, we can hear it right now.
I just thought you were identifying individuals first and then letting them go, but we can go straight to that. I just want to make clear to the speaker, you should identify specifically which item. You said 3 or 8. Please make sure you identify the specific one. Is it 3 or 8 or 3 and 8?
Oh, I apologize. I was referring to item number 10. It's the one that lists the assessment hearing on Fountain Avenue. Is that all right to make public comment on?
Yes, go ahead. You have 90 seconds left, Leah.
Okay. Thank you very much. So in May of this year, a gentleman by the name of Wendell was walking down Fountain Avenue. And what you need to know about Mr. Wendell is that he publicly took a shit in the fucking street. And
right by Scientology, and his stuff, by the way, was found on Scientology property, and he vigorously masturbated in front of a fucking minor. We know his full name and his address, and we know that he was paid off by Scientology, and you guys refused to charge him with indecent exposure. This guy was vigorously masturbating on Fountain Avenue and taking a shit in front of a minor, and you guys continue to let this stuff go as if it's not going to be known by the public. An LAPD officer was even there and refused to charge him and put him on the sex offender registry for literally taking a shit in public, exposing himself to a minor, and masturbating in front of a fucking minor.
This is your first warning.
This is what your committee does.
If you
Rapists and
I will have
child
to remove you from the meeting.
exposures. This isn't going to go away. You think this is, but it's not going to go away. You're supporting child molesters. That's your legacy. What's your neighborhood going to think about that? What is your neighborhood going to think about you supporting child?
Can you please get him off of our Zoom?
Yes.
Thank you.
And we have one more hand raised. William Jason Jefferson, would you like to offer commentary on items 1 through 11 on our agenda this morning? William Jefferson, I see your hand raised.
Yeah, public comment.
Okay, very well. Thank you. When we reach public comment, we'll call on you. I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand and put you back on mute. And that concludes public commentary on items 1 through 11 this morning.
Thank you. All right, and before us, we have Mr. Flamenco that will be presenting on this item. And Mr. Flamenco, I'm going to read items 1 through 11. I'm just going to read the assessment area that they will be taking place, and then you can provide us your report. So for item number 1, it's in Council District 14, and it's an assessment hearing for Mercury Avenue and Beryl Street. For item number 2, it's also in Council District 14, and it's an assessment hearing on Topaz Street and Pyrrhus Street. Item number 3, it is a assessment hearing for Mercury Avenue and Boundary Avenue. Item number 4, it's in Council District 5, and it's an assessment hearing for Louise Avenue and Otsego Street, excuse me. Item number 5, it's in Council District 14.
Well, we didn't get booted, so we're still watching off from Memories Live. They didn't boot him off the Zoom.
Item number 6, it's in Council District 15, and it's an assessment hearing for 10th Street and Cabrillo Avenue. Item number 7, it's an assessment hearing in Council District 14, and it's in 6th Street and Maple Avenue. Item number 8 is in Council District 14, and it's an assessment.
I just can't even imagine
for
this
6th Street and Gladys Avenue.
going this way in Chicago or Salt Lake City. I mean,
14, and it's
there's just such a difference in the meetings. I think we're all just so freaking frustrated.
Item number 10, it's in Council District 13, and it's an assessment hearing for Mariposa Avenue and Fountain Avenue number 1. Item number 11, it's in Council District 4. It's an assessment hearing for Hellbrent Avenue and Hatteras Street.
And you guys, I'm still here. I'm still listening, but I need to go
Turn this over to Mr. Flamenco to give us a
to the public facilities just real quick. I'll be right back.
Flamenco's Bureau of Street Lighting. Items 1, 2, 3, plus items 7, 8, and 9 pertain to lighting districts which we are creating in conjunction with the city's affordable housing and sustainable communities program. Items 4, 5, and 6, plus items 10 and 11 pertain to lighting districts which we are creating in conjunction with private development projects. Ballots for items 1 to 11 were mailed on August 21st, 2024. Ballots for items 1 to 11 must be received by the city clerk's office by next Tuesday, October 8th. We are requesting for the board to deny the protest that we just heard. We are requesting for the board to adopt and forward items 1 through 11 forthwith to City Council.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Flamenco. Commissioners, do we have questions on this item? Just for clarification, if you could just put it for the public to know, when you say for assessment hearings for affordable housing, will that assessment be placed on the owners of those affordable houses, or will those be placed on the tenants?
No, it's not placed on the tenants. It's placed on the city who owns the facility.
Oh, on the city. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for that clarification. All right. Any other questions? Don't see any. All right. Do we have a motion to approve items number 1 through 11? All right. Mr. Knight, we have a motion by Commissioner Grant and a second by Commissioner Reyes. If you could please take roll call.
Very well. For items 1 through 11, we'll take a roll call vote, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Grant. Commissioner Corson. Aye. And Commissioner Ray.
Aye.
All ayes. And items 1 through 11 are are approved and will move forward forthwith to council confirmation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, good rest of your day, Mr. Flamenco. Thank you. All right, and item number 12 is with the Bureau of Engineering, and we do have a public comment on item number 12 by Audit LA.
City Attorney, I do make comparisons. I do talk about historical references to previous jobs, so, but I will always be on topic.
Are you able to reach the microphone? We do ask that you go. Thank you. Thanks.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Reminding. Okay. I'm going to try to juggle all of this. This is number 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. I see we're trying to, again, it's always going up. Okay. We're going from 2.3 million to 2.5 million. How come they're never coming in saying, you know what, let's give money back to the city? So I have an issue with that because let's be honest, in comparison, it's LAPD that gets the lion's share of our budgets. And so Public Works is left with, you know, a little bit of a piece of a pie to eke out whatever needs they have. And also when it comes to confidence, I do have confidence. Oh no, this is not a Bureau of Engineering, right? Oh no, it is Bureau of Engineering. I have more confidence in the Bureau of Engineering for some reason. But at the same time, when it comes to this commission, with little exception, you know, I appreciate the, certain commissioners here, but it just seems like when it comes to the leadership of this commission, I feel that they could be more forthcoming in helping the public get the bureaus underneath their purview to do their job. And so I find it hard to believe that you're going to give all this extra money here, but will you make sure they're on point? If the public comes and complains for 6 months on end saying, hey, something's not ADA compliant with this project, are you going to do anything? Or are you just going to ignore them? And that's what I'm concerned about. I want to make sure if we're giving them more money, $2.5 million, that's a lot of money. Boy, what we could all do with $2.5 million. So, and like I said, I know we need to build these things. I know we need to do projects, but we also need to make sure they're ADA compliant. We also need to make sure that if people are complaining about abuse of labor abuse, you know, like say if they say, well, the workers here are working for $47 a week instead of full pay. That's it. Thank you.
It's 2 minutes. Thank you. Can we do?
Why none of y'all ain't paying attention to that lady? I'm sitting here watching y'all doing everything else.
So again, we have.
Why y'all not listening to her? Show that lady was. Ordered LA takes her time to come down here and talk, and y'all disrespect her every fucking week. Fuck that shit.
Vice President, I guess we'll mute the Zoom feed so that we can have a clear. If you like, you can clearly provide user William Jason Jefferson with a warning, and if he receives it,
fuck all that.
be ejected.
Don't owe the LA respect and the rest of the people speaking here. They ain't got time for y'all bullshit. People up there paid to sit here and play games.
William, the username is William Jason.
William Jason Jefferson has a warning, and if he keeps
kids can't consent. It's a total ball. Do your fucking job.
Be removed from our meeting.
Fuck you.
So I'm going to go ahead and allow the Zoom input to go back online so that we'll hear it.
Do your fucking job and go look into the cause of Scientology.
I do have one other user who has indicated that they wish to offer commentary on this item. He was earlier asked to be removed.
Scientology is a child trafficking cult.
I will call this name out.
No more kids in Scientology.
And if Bob Minton is available and you wish to still offer commentary on this item, on item number 12. Go ahead, you'll have 2 minutes. And it appears he's left the room.
Okay, thank you. All right, so item number 12 is in Council District 14, and it's a revised task order solicitation number 81A WSP USA Inc., and recommending that the board authorize the city engineer to issue a revision to the task number 81A to WSP, increasing the budget authority from 2.3 million to 2.5 million for engineering support services for phase 2 of the project approval environmental document phase for Huntington Drive multimodal transportation improvement project. And before us, we have Mr. Jerry Hernandez. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, Commissioners. My name is Jerry Hernandez, Senior Civil Engineer with the Bureau of Engineering Street Improvement Division. I'm here to report on the task order 81A to WSP USA. This is a new increase to a revision to an ongoing task order 81A to WSP USA, increasing the budget authority from 2.3 million to 2.5 million for engineering support services for the Huntington Drive multimodal project. The project aims to provide pedestrian access enhancements, traffic infrastructure improvements, additional green space, and improve the mobility and access to the local community through collaboration with the Council District 14. The request was made due to changes made to the original scope of work of Notice to Proceed 1. The items that have been proposed as part of this scope of work changes are additional consideration for preliminary design of public space alternatives, traffic analysis due to out-of-date data, additional geographic representations and renderings for public outreach, additional scope for development of a complete estimate of construction costs. This would include construction staging. And lastly, acceleration of the level of effort to complete all tasks in the remaining time, caused in part by the scope changes from the original proposal of NTP 1. So that's the DBE percentage participation level for this particular task is 8%. And the funding for this project is provided through the Transportation Grant Fund, which is front funding, which will be reimbursed 100% by the Regional Surface Transportation Program grant funds. This concludes my report.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your thorough report. Commissioners, do we have any questions on this item? Go ahead, Commissioner Reyes.
Just a clarification that this contract will expire November of 2024. Is that correct? And what the changes that we're doing right now with the additional money will be covering the work that is needed to complete the task by November 2024. And if they're not completed, what will happen? Can you just clarify?
Yeah, great question. Yes, that is true. Contracts are set to expire this 2024. The reason that they would like to issue this particular task order is to be able to get the project into a pre-design phase for that the new list would come out. We would have this sufficient information to better put the project in a better situation for the next task order that comes. According to negotiations done for this particular proposal, it was accepted that WSP's effort was going to be made to meet this deadline's expiration of November 2024. And should they fail to complete any of the tasks included in this task order
tomorrow and Friday we don't have any meetings, so tomorrow and Friday I might
for the work completed and
have my son help me out of bed,
for any work not completed, and the remaining
throw some
tasks will
clothes
be
on,
included,
go outside,
as part of the next
and Her Majesty is starting to turn red. I have a really huge maple in my front lawn. I'll take you guys on a huge maple
At what point in
tour.
time? Like
Take you outside.
I am not really too familiar with that date. I understand they've been working on it, but I have not been involved with that establishment.
Because I'm just thinking about what gap, right?
Yeah.
If the contract expires November 24, when the new on-call list will start. And the work is going to be paused.
Yeah, the work would need to be paused, unfortunately, given there won't be a contract or task in place. I can get back to you with that response as to what that time period is going to be from the time it ends to when the new one will start.
Okay, can you make sure that you get back to all of us here on the board about that situation?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Can you
Commissioner Reyes, we do have a Bureau of Engineering representative. Who I can ask if they have that, if she has that information. Now, she may not, and I apologize for putting you on the spot, but Christine, are you able to unmute?
Good. Christine?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry about that.
Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead.
So I'm Christine Sotelo. I'm from the Bridge Improvement Division, and this is actually my board report that I have kindly asked Jerry to cover for me. For the current new federal PQOC contract, we are in the process of establishing it. We are aiming to get it to the Board of Public Works in the next couple of weeks. So we're hoping to have as short of a gap as possible. We are also working on the new TOSs to go ahead and move the project forward into design. So we're hoping to just have a couple of months of downtime while we are establishing the new contracts and putting out the new task order solicitations.
Appreciate that info. Thank you so much, Christine.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Put a lien on the Scientology building on Fountain Avenue and charge them with vandalism.
Can you please, is it the same?
Put a lien on
our meeting before?
On Fountain Avenue and charge.
Who is the caller that is speaking now?
Put a lien on that building. Anybody else that destroys public property. Vandalism. You're suppressing free speech. Is it Brown Act lab?
Leah Safian has interrupted the meeting.
All right, it sounds like the same person from before, whether they're going to use the different name. I'm telling the caller that this is their first and only warning, and if they disrupt the meeting again, they will be removed from our Zoom.
Thank you, Vice President Villegas. I'm going to go ahead and
come on, Henry, don't get removed from the Zoom. We're enjoying the view.
Go ahead and put the Zoom feed back into the meeting.
Commissioner Reyes, were your questions answered?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, and did we have any other additional questions on this item? I don't see any other questions on this item. And by the way, Mr. Hernandez, I do have just a quick question. The $200,000 increase that you're before us.
Quit asking him questions. Just get on with it.
Is that the amount? Is that amount will be exhausted? I'm asking this because I'm wondering if you're going to be back for another toss later, and if this is the amount that is, if this is the appropriate amount for this, for environmental document phase for Huntington Drive. Will you need more money than the $200,000?
I believe that because the
looks like
contract
we
is
got
set to
kicked
expire
off.
within the next few months.
Let's go back to
The
audits.
additional tasks that are going to be available for this particular.
Okay, so it's sufficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are going to have to get a butt view for a while.
Thank you.
I don't see any other questions, and I'm glad that we're moving forward on the Huntington Drive multimodal transportation project, seeing that I go through that area all the time. Do we have a motion to approve this item?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by Commissioner Reyes and a second by Commissioner Corson.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item number 12, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis. Davis. Aye. Commissioner Grant. Commissioner Corson. Aye. And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and item number 12 is adopted, and we'll move forward forthwith.
Perfect. So then let's move on then with item number 13, and this is in, before we do that, we have a public comment, Audit LA, for item number 13. Welcome, Commissioner Grant.
Go ahead and grab the microphone if you don't mind. It's much easier to hear you. Thank you. Go ahead, and you have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you're on, again, the budget always going up. like I've said before, in comparison, LAPD gets the lion's share of our budget, so we have to divvy this up. I do love that it's a Japanese Garden Americans with Disability Act compliance project. You know, I'm here for that every single time. But my confidence has waned completely to a grounding halt, because I've been here since June begging you to make the planters that are not ADA compliant on L. Ron Hubbard Way and Fountain Avenue to make them ADA compliant. I have begged you to the point where, like, on Zoom and now in person, to look you straight in the eye and say, please, for the love of God, make those planters ADA compliant. It's not asking too much. It's federal law. I mean, all you have to say, oh, it's a federal law, you know, that, like, we have to do this. I know the city has told them they have to do this, and it's still, but I'm coming to you because you have the power to make it happen. If you will not make it happen, how can I trust you to make this project ADA compliant? Like, in all honesty, how? How can the community trust you? And, you know, and I'll yield back the rest of my time.
Thank you. And we do, we do have staff members who would, they need to. That's all right. So if you like, Vice President Vegas, I can see if the Zoom user who initially indicated that they wish to offer commentary on item 13 is still in the room. And then we do have one new hand raised on Zoom. I can ask if they would like to offer commentary on item 13. So Bob Minton, if you're in the room, and it appears he's left. Julie, user Julie, I do see your hand raised. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Would you like to offer commentary on item 13?
No, sir. I would like to do a general comment. Thank you.
Very well. I have you down for general comment, Julie. I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand, and that concludes commentary on item 13.
All right, thank you. All right, so for item number 13, this is in Council District 6, and it's a revised budget and supplemental agreement change order number 12, SJDMB Incorporated, and recommending that the board, number 1, authorize $140,000 in additional contingency and approve a revised construction budget of $1,236,692 for capital improvement project 8654 Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant Japanese Garden Americans with Disability Act compliance project. Number 2, authorize the city engineer to issue supplemental agreement change order number 12 to SJDMB Incorporated for not to exceed the amount of $50,000 for a project to compensate the contractor for extra work resulting from differing site conditions. Number 3, authorize 2 members of the board to sign the supplemental agreement change order number 12. Number 4, authorize the city engineer to issue subsequent change orders under contract 139694 for the revised construction budget of $1,236,692 for the project. And welcome Nadir.
Good morning, Nadir Shah, Bureau of Engineering, Environmental Engineering Division. I am here to brief the board on the Capital Improvement Project, CIP 8654, Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plan, Japanese Garden ADA compliance. The briefing includes the request for board authorization for $140,000 in additional contingency and the issuance of supplemental agreement change order number 12 with not to exceed amount of $50,000. The project aims to ensure that the Japanese garden at Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant is in compliance with the American with Disability Act by replacement of 2 pedestrian bridges and the construction of an ADA compliant family restroom. The project was awarded to SJD&B Incorporated on October 20th, 2021 in the amount of $913,000 and 910, with a contingency of $182,000 and $782, totaling $1,096,692. Over the course of construction, the contractor encountered unforeseen conditions. An additional scope of work was added, which led to design changes and delays due to permitting. Change orders number 1 through 9 have exhausted the contingency of $182,782. The change orders 10 to 15, as in this board report, require the board authority to execute, as the construction value of change orders exceeds 25% of the original contract amount. The PRC approved the revised budget of $1,236,692, including an additional contingency of $140,000 at its May 2024 meeting. There is no impact to the general fund. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Commissioners, do we have questions on this item? Do we? Oh, go ahead, Commissioner Pro Tem Davis.
There was some additional work done on the project. Is that right?
So work is at the time of the board report, it was 80% done. Now it's all of it is done. We are at the closeout and negotiating with the contractors. So these change orders will complete the contract and will help us close out.
Got it. So the work physically is already.
Yes, work is.
This is just administrative closing.
That's correct.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that question, Pro Tem Davis. Yeah, my question was regarding just the finishing up of this project, since it's been going on since 2021. But thanks for letting us know that it's, I mean, the board report says it's already 80% done. So I'm glad that it's coming to a conclusion.
Yeah, so we expect the statement of completion issued this month. And the delays, because of unforeseen conditions, we have to get some components redesigned and then get the building and safety approval. So it took some time. But the good news is that all the construction is 100% done.
All right, thank you. All right, do we have a motion to approve this item?
Yes, get on with this.
All right.
Second.
Mr. Knight, we have a motion by Commissioner Grant and a second by Pro Tem Davis.
Very well, we'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 13, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Grant. Commissioner Corson. Aye. And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. Item 13 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. Thank you, Nadir. Good to see you. All right, then let's go on to item number 14. And I think we do have public comment from Audit LA.
14. I thought we were on 15. Shit.
Yes. You have 3.5 minutes that is counted towards your allotment.
Okay, so you're making me do math this
So
morning.
6.5 remaining.
Okay, thank you. We're here on item number 14, and we are talking about street improvements and repairs. So going back to previous jobs, we're going to look at you guys gave permit A's to the Church of Scientology for L. Ron Hubbard repair. We've notified you numerous times that they have a senior citizen, maybe 70 years old, who's a Sea Org member, which means he makes $47 per week. Okay.
I think so,
working
Amy.
maybe 100 hours or more per week. And he is out there literally vacuuming and polishing the bricks on a public street. I know by law, once a worker is touching a public street, they have to be paid what the going rate. I don't know if it's minimum wage. You're a president. You were a former president, I believe, of the union. So this should be something I would hope that you could look into, sir. They are having their Sea Org members working on the public right away on the public street with their permits. And instead of getting the people who, would be, tasked with this kind of thing, getting paid full rights, they have and we have it on film. I mean, not me personally, but it's out there. Senior citizens doing power washing and vacuuming and polishing the bricks at a public street. It's a disgrace. And we've been coming here. I've been coming here myself since June, since they've been getting these endless permits. And I'm just at my wit's end. I care about this senior, this man. I mean, okay, he's an adult. Maybe he could, make a choice and leave. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm here for the people, the community, and the people who are being abused by Scientology. And that man is being abused. And I just want to make sure that is not happening. That will not happen with this project or any other project. For whatever reason, Scientology gets to be off the hook for everything. I'm not sure why, but please don't let that happen here. Make sure everyone is getting their fair wages if they're working on a street. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Knight, do we have comments on Zoom for this item?
We do have one commenter who indicated that he wished to speak on item number 14. I will make a call out and see if he's rejoined the room. User Bob Minton. User Bob Minton, are you in the room? And it appears he's left the room. So that concludes public comment on item number 14.
I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Item number 14 is in Council District 1, and it's a construction order, Kinney Street Improvements, Phase 1 repair project, and recommending that the board approve a construction order for the Kinney Street Improvement Phase 1 project to Jilk Heavy Construction Incorporated in the amount of $3,197,490, not to exceed the limit of $3,517,239, including contingency. And number 2, authorize the president or 2 members of the board to execute the construction orders after approval as to form has been obtained from the city attorney. And we have Mr. Fernandez again. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, Commissioners. Gerardo Hernandez with the Bureau of Engineering, Street Improvement Division. The item before you here seeks to award the construction contract for the Kinney Street Improvement Phase 1 project to Jilk Heavy Construction. The contract amount is $3,517,349.0, and that includes contingency. The project was determined to be an urgent necessity due to the deteriorating condition of the roadway. The project will install bulkhead retaining walls on the downslope and upslope of the Kinney Street. Also restore the pavement by providing lateral support and improve the drainage conditions out there. Currently, Kinney Street is temporarily closed due to this deteriorating condition of the roadway. We had numerous community meetings with the council district. One, they are in support of the project. Looking forward to starting the work as soon as possible. So due to the urgent necessity of the work, the design was accelerated and the construction was advertised through the pre-qualified on-call geotech list of contractors. We did receive of the 6 eligible contractors on that list, 3 contractors bidded on the project. Jilk Heavy was the lowest. All 3 were higher than the city engineer estimate. In talking through the geotech division, they have informed us that
engineer's
Jilk Heavy
estimate is always wrong.
with a good track record on this type of
Hello.
work. They're currently working on a similar project just around the corner from our project. So we are here to ask that the board approve Jilk Heavy Construction, the lowest bid for this project. Any questions?
I appreciate it. Thank you. Commissioner, do we have questions on this item?
Hey, Amy, is Henry back up and running?
See any lights
on Zoom?
for this? But I'm glad that we're going to be doing this. Looks like just on Google Earth, looks like it's on a hillside.
It's a hillside in the Glasso Park area.
Did we, you said that the street is closed, is that correct?
Yeah, we have
There's some residences that live there, though. Are they able to access?
Yes, we are providing local access to the neighboring tenants. The contractor has done some outreach, and so has BOE.
Okay. And when do you anticipate work to start?
We have already started some of the work through a construction order that was approved through yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think,
Yes.
okay,
And because of that, we were able to give the direction to the contractor to start fabricating some of these materials needed for the retaining walls. So that helped us out a lot to avoid any potential delays in the project. Thank you.
all right. And do you know when the work will be completed?
The work is anticipated to be completed by July of 2025. The contractor has provided an accelerated schedule. We're hoping to assist him with that to be done with the work much sooner if possible.
Okay. And then the work that we've already done currently, will that be enough to have survivability during these rains?
That's a good question. Yeah, we are going to have to be monitoring as the rains come, given it is a hillside and the condition of it. So we are going to be having our geotech group from the Bureau of Engineering on site, monitoring the uphill and downhill slopes. And we're looking to at least get done with the one of the walls this season.
Okay. I know Joe has also helped us with other retaining walls as well. Okay, well, hopefully we won't have any surprises during the rainy season in this area. That is really scary. Okay, well, I'm glad that this work is being done.
Do your job.
Silence the Zoom caller. Thank you. All right, and commissioners, do we have any other questions on this item? All right, do we have a second to my motion to approve this item? All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by myself and a second by Commissioner Reyes. If you could please take roll.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item number 14, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsa.
Aye.
And Commissioner Ray.
Aye.
All ayes, and item number 14 is approved, and we'll move forward forthwith.
Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. All right, let's move on then to joint reports, item number 15. And we have Audit LA that will be speaking on this item. Welcome.
Good afternoon already. Okay, this is, remind me, we're on 15?
We are on item 15, yes.
Thank you. Okay, I want to speak on this because it's Council District 13. As I've been coming here since June for all the horrible violations in Council District 13, whether they be, non-union work for people vacuuming streets, endless street repairs. I mean, not street repair, endless street closures with 27 permits for special events, no fire lane, even though it's required by your own permits, and non-ADA compliant street planters. I say trash because the Department of Sanitation needs to come and pick them up. So here we are in CD 13 asking for new things, and they want us to have the confidence that CD 13 has it together to do any of this. I don't have that confidence, even though I do like the Bureau of Engineering. I think they're good, and I'm trying to give the councilman of 13 the chance to get his house in order when it comes to all these complaints since June. But in the meantime, I would say no, because they need to get it in order, as does the commission, and I reserve the rest of my time, 36 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Knight, do we have any other public comments on Zoom for item 15?
We do. The individual appears not to be in the room, but let me make one call for Bob Minton. Bob Minton, and it appears he's left the room. So that concludes public comment on item number 15.
None?
They're not in the room.
Okay. All right, then let's move on then to item 15. And this is in Council District 13. It's a joint report with BOE and Bureau of Sanitation, construction budget and construction orders and change orders with Tomovich and Associates, recommending that the board authorize a construction budget of $475,000, including contingency for the super expedited wastewater emergency rehabilitation for sewers program Santa Monica Boulevard right-of-way project. And number 2, authorize the city engineer to issue the construction orders, change orders up to the authorized construction budget for this project. And before us, we have Mr. Christian Guerrero. Welcome.
Thank you, Commissioners. So yes, I'm here to brief you on the board report request for the construction budget for the Santa Monica Boulevard right-of-way project to Tom Mitchell Associates. We're requesting authorization of construction budget of $475,000, including contingency,
His pants
and
are
to
too
authorize
tight.
city engineer to issue construction orders and change orders up to that authorized budget. A little background on this project.
Needs to have a little slack in those
Bureau of
drawers.
Sanitation initially issued this as an emergency sewer repair on January 11th of 2023. And this was to repair 3 separate sewer reaches that were defective due to pipeline fractures that were discovered, multiple cracks throughout the pipes, and severe root intrusion. There were also severely corroded maintenance holes that were found. A sanitary sewer spill incident did occur, and this was mainly caused due to this root intrusion in the pipes, and therefore sanitation places reaches on a quarterly cleaning schedule in order to prevent future spills from happening until the repairs can be completed. The project is located in the public, partially in the public right-of-way on Santa Monica Boulevard, and it is within a sewer easement inside private property between Santa Monica Boulevard and Manzanita Street. And this is shown in figures 1, 2, and 3 on the report. The pipes were existing 6-inch vitrified plate pipe, 7 feet deep, and with a total combined length of 264 feet, and they were constructed in 1922. Initial investigation was done to potentially relocate these 3 sewer reaches outside of the private property easement and locate them all into a public right-of-way in order to avoid conflicts with existing buildings that were constructed over these sewer easements and slope stability concerns that existed in the area. After investigation, that relocation was deemed infeasible.
Definitely a power
that was
lifter.
due to the difficulty of establishing the private house connections for each of these residences that were connected to these
Spends
sewer
too much time at the gym.
It was then decided that we needed to rehabilitate these reaches via pipe bursting method in order to avoid these conflicts of structures being built over the sewers, trees
This
that were
is
in the
not
way,
body shaming.
and the very steep
This is
ground.
body appreciating.
We developed the schedule work and prices, and we used applicable fixed price items and also non-fixed price bid items and calculated quantities. And Tomovich and Associates was the lowest bidder at $395,511. A request was sent to the liaison commissioner on March 20th of 2024 to request emergency authority to issue construction orders exceeding the city engineer's authority of $150,000 for this project, and to approve a construction budget of $475,000 including contingency for this project. This was due to the fact that sanitation had to keep maintaining these reaches until these repairs could be done. So we needed to get out there as soon as possible to do the work. This authority was granted on March 28th of 2024, and the project was completed on July 30th of 2024. Therefore, it's requested that the board approve the construction budget of $475,000 and authorize the city engineer to issue construction orders and change orders to that amount to Tomovich and Associates. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero. Do we have any other questions on this item? I don't see any questions on this item. I don't have any questions either. Do we have a motion to approve this item?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by Commissioner Corson and a second by Pro Tem Davis.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote on the approval of item 15, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis. Aye. Commissioner Grant.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
And Commissioner Ray.
Aye.
All ayes. Item 15 is approved and will move forward forthwith.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right, then item number 16. We have public comment.
That was 16.
By Audit LA for item number 16. Okay, thank you. Do we have any callers on Zoom?
Let me make the call out for Bob Benson. Bob Minton, and it appears he's left the room, and that completes public comment for item 16.
None?
No.
Okay, thank you.
They had me all excited.
All right,
I thought
so
they
then
were
let's
on
move to
16
Number
already.
16, and this is a joint
Oh.
report with Bureau of Engineering and
God.
Bureau of Contract Administration and Council District 8. Contract award, Access Pacific Incorporated, known as Access, recommending that the board declare Access the low bidder to be the lowest responsible and responsive and responsible bidder, and award Access a contract for HSIP Cycle 7, Great Street, Crenshaw Boulevard.
So lesson
improvements.
learned. If you're
Florence
going to
is
go
99th
stand up at the
Street,
podium
Federal
in front of
Project
audit, always wear a
number
jacket.
HSIPL 5006-854
A jacket to cover the biscuits.
$6,430,187.65. And number 2, authorize the president or 2 members of the board to execute the contract after approval as to has been formed and obtained from city attorney. And before us, we have Mr. George Wayne. Hello.
Good afternoon.
I know exactly what
My
she
name
was
is George
looking
Wong
at.
from the
She
Bureau of
ain't
Engineering,
fooling nobody.
And
She's
our
looking
item
at some
for you today,
biscuits.
we're excited to bring another project out to
And I'm
construction.
going to tell her too later. I'm going to say,
This
you were
one
looking at
is,
biscuits.
the Highway Safety Improvement Program, HSIP.
Right? No
Which
panty
focuses
lines.
on,
He didn't have no
pedestrian
panty lines.
enhancement,
He must have had
crossings.
boxers on.
So the scope of
We're
work will
bad,
include,
you guys.
constructing raised medians, curb extensions, high visibility crosswalks, and traffic signal modifications, and also flashing beacons at mid-block crosswalks. And the work will take place along Crenshaw Boulevard, between Florence Avenue and 79th Street. The project received 2 bids, one from Access Pacific and Excel Paving on October 25th, 2023. The apparent low bidder, which was Access Pacific, had a low bid amount of $6,430,187.65. After review with the Bureau of Contract Administration, it was deemed that they did satisfy all the bid requirements. One of the specific requirements was that this is a federally funded project, which requires there was a disadvantaged business enterprise DBE goal established during the bid, and Access Pacific did fulfill that requirement. So the DBE goal was 22%, and they have a DBE commitment of 98.22%.
Hey, Rika. Nice to see you.
We had to spend, because of the bid was higher than the city engineer's estimate, we spent some time working internally with our partners at the Department
Yeah,
of
we got put in the
Transportation,
corner into punishment and have to
and
wait
also
till
with
all
the
of these
sales
damn
office
agenda items. So nobody's done public comment yet either. Anyway, so
to proceed with the awarding this contract.
if you can hang out for a few minutes, we should be able to comment here pretty quick.
Safety, we were able to do so with the 2 offices' support. So that's how we were able to proceed with this board report today, to recommend the award of this construction contract. And that concludes my presentation for this item.
All right, thank you so much for that.
Good God, thank you.
Commissioners, do we have questions on this item?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate the report. Could you provide a little bit more detail and color on why it was 100% higher? I think that's important just for us to understand. I understand it's federally funded and the number of participants in the bidding process may be lower than usual, but over 100% is, stands out.
Absolutely. The project is also located at 8 different intersection locations, and so it's along 8 blocks. So there's a lot of, we received a lot of comments from the bidders about the traffic control requirements that often follow with these type of work. So there's also, so that it does take it's been taking a lot of time to get these approved and prepared. And at the same time, during this time, there's also a lot of escalation in terms of the cost of materials and labor that have been that the contractors have been factoring. We actually took a look at a lot of the unit prices that the bidders came in, and we looked at like cost of asphalt, concrete, removal, placement of sidewalk,
My next meetings,
they're
I'll go
definitely
back
a lot higher
to
than
what I did yesterday, which worked a lot better
So,
rather than having to stream
there's
somebody else.
there's
So
probably a
we'll
lot
go
of
back to the way it
kind of
was.
fluctuation in that market. And also we have been also seeing the more of the same contractors that have been working on these pedestrian improvement projects, and we've been trying to outreach to other contractors to try to put in bids. But oftentimes we also have been seeing we definitely could do more outreach, I believe, to try to encourage more competitive, more outside contractors to put bids as well.
So thank you. But to kind of summarize all that, the biggest change or the biggest difference in the estimate to their bid proposal is just basically the time it's going to take to do 8 blocks, not so much the cost of material, or is it the cost of material? Because I'm trying to get to
thanks,
one,
Scooter
if we
Mom.
prepare for, obviously we're going to change the estimates on the pricing, but if you're saying it's the change the estimates of what we put out there, but if you're saying it's
I'm so
signing on
appreciative of
approval,
you guys.
then maybe that's something internally we can also investigate to see how we can streamline it a little bit more, so we can do more work rather than 6 million instead of 3 million for one project.
Right, and I believed also that we can streamline sort of the process from the time the bids are received to the time we award the project. And I know some of these contractors, the two that we receive, have worked with the city before, and and also with this project that has about 500 in the contract, 548 calendar days. So with the fluctuation of just the construction market, I believe that that's why we're seeing a lot of the higher values. So because of the kind of the long lead time, the contractor did agree to extend their bid bonds to October 4th of 2024. So even if we do award this contract, they have agreed to hold the unit price cost for this contract.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And I wasn't sure if our BOE representative wanted to chime in on
No, just vote on it.
To provide more.
We're going to say yes anyways, so just vote on it.
And Christine, if you're available and would like to offer more input to the commission.
What the hell does it matter? You could use sign language. They're going to say yes.
I know Christine indicated that she did have to go to a city council meeting. I'm not sure if her item is currently being called, but she's not in.
Sorry, I am here. I do not have any other further input. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you for your question, Commissioner Person. It is an extensive project, and I know that Council District 8 has been doing also extensive meetings and outreach, for this project. So
these people really like to hear themselves talk, don't they?
Able to get like new curb extensions, trees, crossing, availability of safer crossing areas for this like Crenshaw 8 blocks area. So I'm glad that we also worked with DOT to be able to get established on the funding on this project. Just working on other projects on the water side.
We enjoy having you here too, Swedish.
So I'm
Thank
not,
you.
Surprised that there was a delta there, just because of when you start to when you actually get to.
Let's have a meeting about a meeting that's coming up, and then we'll email everybody about the meeting.
Cost differential, especially after COVID. We've seen it on so many projects.
That could have been just in the email to begin with.
But thank you for the justification. Commissioners, do we have any other questions on this item?
No, just vote.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve this item?
Yes, we do. And it's seconded.
Great. Who seconded? Okay.
Mona did.
All right. We have a motion by Lieutenant Davis and a second by Commissioner Corsan.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote. And I have approval of item 16, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
Commissioner Fan.
Aye.
Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
And all ayes, and item 16 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. All right. Well, I guess you can just
move over and then come right back for the next item. All right, do we have a public comment for item number 17? And this is also a joint report with BOE and the Bureau of Contract Administration, Audit LA.
Yes, I want to refer mostly because of CD4. We have also come a few times to report that there's a gigantic log at 5907 Franklin Avenue in front of La Belle restaurant, and across the street is Bronson. It is to deter anyone from parking there, and that's not right. We need our parking back. So if you can see to having Department of Sanitation go out there and haul it, that'd be great. Thank you. I reserve my time.
Thank you. Great. And Mr. Knight, do we have any other commenters on Zoom?
Let me just make one call out for Bob Minton. Bob Minton, are you on the Zoom call?
It does have a slight
And
delay.
that concludes public comment. There are no comments.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let me read this one in for the record. Item number 17 is a joint report with BOE and Bureau of Contract Administration in Council Districts 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9,
And it could
11, 12,
possibly be
13.
my crappy
Contract
internet
award,
too.
International Line Builders Incorporated.
That's what happens when you live in the
business as
cornfields is you get stupid satellite internet. I have they have cable internet 2 blocks north of me and 2 blocks south of me.
An award ILB a
And they
contract
haven't brought it to my
for the
street
HSIP
yet, which is really a bummer because
left turn signal
so
modification
I pay
and
for
median islands for 13 locations.
Elon Musk
Project ID number
internet,
HSIPL 5006.
which that's better than regular satellite.
$684,613,893. And number 2, authorize the president or 2 members of the board to execute.
Yeah, I'm on
contract
Starlink, Peter.
After approval as to form has been
I see you,
obtained by the
buddy.
city attorney.
I see you.
Welcome back, Mr.
What do you want? No,
George Huang again from the Bureau
don't
of
do that to my
Engineering.
arm.
So we have another Highway Safety Improvement Program HSIP project. This is the Cycle 8 project that we're bringing forward to the board for construction award consideration. This project's
I wouldn't change it for what I had
actually
before.
spans
Regular
across
satellite
13
was
different
way
intersections
worse.
across the city, which is referenced in Figure 1 of the board report. So it does span 9 different council districts. This one focuses more on constructing protected left turn phasing at the intersections and also providing accessibility for pedestrian signals.
If I ever move and go to a
also
different
by
house, that's going to be one of the first questions I ask
and also
is,
upgrading the
what
curb
is the
ramps
internet
and
like
the
around here?
signal and the street lighting as well. The project.
No, I
only one
wouldn't. I
bidder,
don't think I could
which
ever
was,
live there in LA
at the
or Chicago or even New York.
So this was
Oh my gosh, that's
than
you were talking
city
about New York the other day, and wow,
And also,
way too many
one of the
people.
things that comes to mind also from the previous board item was that one of the other reasons was that this project is also federally funded, so it does require a DB goal commitment, and that was 21%. The contractor committed to just to 22.27%, so they did meet that requirement.
Yeah, and those that were
as
with
part of
me
the
last
bid.
night, you guys,
And
the skunk smell. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. But at least the dogs didn't get it.
Trying to coordinate that.
I think they were out barking around the area,
And
but
also the DBE,
they didn't get sprayed. Thank
which is
God.
trying to encourage
I don't know what I would have done.
subcontracting for subcontractors that qualify under the DBE goals. A lot of times that does limit the prime from kind of outreaching to other subcontractors that they might have partnered with before. So
wow,
that sometimes can result in higher unit prices because we're trying to also promote outreach to other.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about the Starlink is I can throw it in the back of the car and take it with me if I leave.
You know, every time
if I need to move around or if I had a motorhome.
We can analyze one, can we have the funding for it, and
oh, hey,
the
stop
benefits of proceeding or rebidding the project. So we did consider whether to rebid. or not. And we.
But yeah, it definitely, as long as Starlink
that,
has a view,
rejecting the bids and also
you can
will not
pretty
attract
much
any lower
take your
bidders, just because of the DBE
your
commitment goal that we
thing
have,
anywhere.
that are required for this project as being a federal funded project. So the contract duration for this is 455 calendar days, and we also
yeah, it's amazing this day and age that
sources from federal, which is the HSIP, the California Corona Response and Relief Supplemental
$5.5 million.
also,
oh my goodness!
The additional CTIEP funds, which is from Senate Bill 1. With that concludes my report for this project.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I am going to actually just read the intersections that, just for the public certification, because there's 13 of them, and I'm sure that everyone is going to be ecstatic to have left-hand turn lanes. So we have 13 of them. We have Concert Park Drive and Jefferson Boulevard, Balboa Boulevard and Parthenia Street, El Medio Avenue and Sunset Boulevard, Foothill Boulevard and Osborne Street, Plummer Street and Tampa Avenue, Tahunga Avenue and Ventura Boulevard, 62nd Street and Western Avenue, Compton Avenue and Imperial Highway, much needed, Lawrence Avenue and Van Ness
and I don't know why, except for
Avenue
them having to justify them
Lassen
having
Street
a
and
job,
Sepulveda Boulevard,
why they even have these
Lincoln
hearings,
Avenue
because
and
as I
Sherman
said,
Way,
they say
Tampa
yes
Avenue
to
and Victory
everything.
Boulevard.
I don't think I've ever heard them
All right,
say
and,
anything.
Commissioners, do we have questions on this item?
I wanted to, in your report, you asked about, or you described the numbers of bidders. There's only one person that bid on this particular project. In addition to that, you mentioned that there were challenges, I guess, because it's a federally funded project. Is that right? Is that why you think that there were not others who bid on the project?
That's correct, Commissioner. We have other projects that we had bid prior to and established. Usually our DBE calculations on these type of similar construction cost projects are about
Yeah, I wish I was a fly on the wall on Danny's trial today.
To our grantor, in this case, it's usually Caltrans Local Assistance. They don't necessarily agree with the way the city calculates it, so they put other items that qualify as fully
yes, it is.
Subcontracted out, and that pushes the DBE number percentages up.
I think
So
you
now
got either a thorn in his paw or
above 20%.
something in his paw, because he keeps licking
about,
on it, driving me crazy.
And the bids that
send him
we
out
have
of here.
received in prior projects, a lot of the contractors don't meet that DBE commitment. We had one just recently where they had only less than like 1%, in their bid of the DBE goal committed. So then they're required to provide their good faith effort documentation. That gets reviewed by Bureau of Contract Administration.
Hey, Haggis, welcome back. We're almost to public comment. Almost. A couple more items.
To accept their good faith effort.
We were talking about you. Your ears probably were burned.
The Caltrans will not allow the city to get reimbursed for the grant.
The DBE.
I think I do have iodine. Should I put that on his paw?
Unachievable. We can achieve these DBE goals that have been set by the federal government. Is that correct?
It is achievable. This project is one example, and also the prior project on the agenda item. So what we've seen, the other one was the prime was a DBE, so that's why it accounted for the 98% in the HSIP Crenshaw project.
Might not be able to remember anything Swedish after this.
In this case, this
is about the most boring meeting.
But they did list
Haggis, his paw is bigger than my hand. How do I get him do?
So that's how they were.
Okay, it needs diluting, but
what is it in your experience? Do you think
so I'd have to have like a gallon jug or something, or can I just wipe it on there?
Have difficulty with federal projects, and more importantly, why is it that it appears that there seems to be some challenge in pursuing the DBE population to achieve these jobs that require it? Why is it, do you think?
He's
from
an
your
English
experience,
mastiff. He's huge.
that the majority of the prime contractors
I'd have to have
to whom
like an ice
we
cream
would
pail
like
or
to
something.
give information to participate are having difficulty in doing so. I mean, this was the only
That'd be
sole
too small.
prime contractor on this project, correct?
Think pony size.
So I'm trying to understand better from your practice of doing this work. What is it about the culture of
Oh, that's a
prime
good idea.
with whom we work that makes it a challenge for them to do this federal work? 50% of our work comes from the federal government, right?
Correct.
Okay. So can you give me some response based on your experience?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is an ice cream pail.
Just what it is within our culture of prime contractors that makes this a challenge.
I mean, he's good. He'd sit for me to do that. How long would I need to put it in there for?
Based on
To soak it?
Based on my experience, during the bid package, we do make the contractors aware of where to find subcontractors.
Because I don't want him to lick the area and make it worse.
California state website, and I think it's also on the city's website. So they
It would rub it raw.
They're supposed to outreach to all the subs that meet that work which needs to be performed. Whether the client chooses to select those subcontractors, that's kind of a business decision for them. But I suspect that
I either have iodine or betadine.
I'll
find it.
Subcontractors, they have good relationship that they work with, and they can provide competitive prices. But because oftentimes they may have to, because of the ED requirements, they might have to work with another subcontractor they're not familiar with, and where they receive a high quote from. And I think I'm not really confident on this, but
I feel that me.
This might discourage some of the primes to bid. Because
I mean, he wouldn't hurt me or anything, but he would pull it back a lot because he just doesn't like being. He doesn't like his nails done and stuff.
We need to explore in the future, and I understand that you don't have definitely that direct responsibility, but it's something that we need to observe and consider, and not just simply you, but all of those of us who work with contractors. The other final question I have is that
and my girl would let me do it, but
was made by this sole
it's just because she's too lazy to move.
Was twice as much as the bid that we, the estimate that we made. Why do you think it was that big of a gap in terms of what we thought the job cost and what it actually, according to
no nail polish for him or her
cost?
In some of these projects, we're seeing a lot. The traffic control bid item is a very high
Peter,
cost
let's talk more about that. About Bob.
Other prior projects.
I really would love to see him get out.
Triple or quadruple the cost of.
And I reached out to a few people, but I would love to hear some other thoughts. So Peter, let's hook up on that.
Have been putting those in because based on their experience, they understand that there's sometimes can be a long review time, multiple revisions, a lot more. There's requirements placed that will impact their schedule. So I think all those.
It's been so long, we don't even know if Bob's still there.
The pricing that they put in these bids, and then the other things we looked at we're also looking at like I mentioned the concrete curb, the asphalt, the base.
Peoples, we are coming up on 3 hours. Let's give it a break and let's go.
We're taking those also based on the market rate at the time, but for some reason, like when it actually goes out to bid, those values still come in higher.
What impact do you think the assessment that we got from Caltrans in terms of how we calculate, what impact do you think that has upon our difference in terms of
I think so.
versus what prime contractors, unless we just don't believe them, and it's possible you would know better than I, but that unless we just don't believe them, or that their cost is a little bit more than we anticipated, coupled with the fact that we're seeing that are being viewed in some circles with whom we deal with people in the business as calculating in a different way that is not sufficient with what is being perceived in the business. How do we juxtapose that challenge, these challenges?
I think, and sorry to interject here.
That's it.
This, Mr. Knight, if we can have BCA come on the line, Angela Martinez possibly could help answer some of these questions.
Yes.
It's a joint report with BCA and BOE.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Angela Martinez, Bureau of Contract Administration. I have to apologize. My connection is terrible. So I missed some of the questions, but I will do my best.
I was asking, as we look at dealing with Caltrans, who has called to our attention the way in which we calculate when we are assessing financially estimates in terms of construction work needs to potentially be explored in terms of different options and calculating in a different way, on one hand. On the other hand, when we look at this particular motion before the board right now,
Peter, I get what you're saying about pushing a rock uphill.
Between what our estimate was and what the estimate of the prime contractor is to do the work. And so I was asking then, how do we juxtapose these two challenges?
Sometimes it certainly feels that way. And yeah, her medical recovery definitely takes precedence.
And these are issues that we are going to have to
I know,
deal
being
with.
on blood thinners, I was for a while after COVID, a couple of years ago, because I ended up getting blood clots in my legs from it. And those blood thinners.
So unfortunately, this happens quite a bit.
Takes an effort out of your body. It takes a toll.
Engineering, through their design team,
then if you accidentally bump yourself or fall or anything else,
project, and then the
can put you into a major
something that to some of us may seem astronomical. And so what they do sometimes is that they also call for another reassessment of the original project amount by the Bureau of Engineering, or in this case, Caltrans. I've seen that happen before.
So Caltrans's challenge also is something, I guess,
that's a good idea, Peter.
To in the future. That was basically a question I'm asking the two of you, and we can further discuss later when you have an opportunity those issues. But I think it was something that we
heck, I was talking about earlier about surge. You know, I'm sure Liz and Nora and Gail all have the same issues of re-traumatizing every time they start talking about it. I mean, in some respect, it could be cathartic, but I don't know. It would be hard.
Pages, but on page 144, it does say that the project was advertised with the DBE goal of 21%, and the Office of Contract Compliance, based on the review of the documents submitted by IL,
well, maybe that'll help.
The contractor pledged a DBE commitment of 22.20.
And you don't have to say where, Peter, but what type of work does she do?
Participation level of 17.13%, which is what you alluded to.
Yes, and what I was saying was that, but the majority of our culture of prime contractors did not see a reason to compete for the work. So that means there's something that we need to know to help
its battery going dead.
Opportunity in the market. There, and then again, I am concerned about Caltrans's assessment about how we calculate equally. So that's two bites at the apple on our calculation. I think that there is a check and a balance between the big gap that we experience in this motion and the feedback we're getting from Caltrans. I don't know what the answer is, but I just wanted to mention it. And thank you for indulging.
And maybe one thing I can add is one of the bids that we decided to reject, we did, because none of the two contract bidders met the DBE goal. We went back and
that's ironic that I remember on one of her lives, she was talking about Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They pretty much said no.
And somebody
either
was
hold it, we'll
admonishing her
reevaluate it,
about
and if
knowing
it comes out higher,
what
then
insurance she had or something like that.
higher value.
That's
we
kind of
have
funny.
tried as well to explain to them our justification why we think
People are just
the numbers need to be lower.
know-it-alls, and they're so weird.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have any other questions?
No, shoot the horse. Shoot the horse.
Lights on. Thank you so much, Pro Tem, for your continuous work on this issue, not just today, but for years. All right. Do we have a motion to approve this?
Yes.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Knight, we have a motion by Pro Tem Davis and a second by Commissioner Grant.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote for approval of item number 17, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
Commissioner Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Corset.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 17 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Wine.
Have a great day.
All right. Let's move on then to item 18. And we have public comment by Audit LA. '20 and '21 have been tabled for October 30th, and Mr. Knight made that announcement at the beginning of our meeting.
When it comes to bids, all right, bids are very important. That's how fairness happens. And I just really want to applaud Commissioner Davis. That you're thinking of the DDEs and everyone else. And
Right, and in some respects, I'll wait till audit's done.
So I thank you. That's what we want to see, the public. We want to see the hard work and the questions and the, and that you're thinking of the little guy. So when it comes to bids, I have said before, like even on street projects, let's refer to the one at L. Hubbard Way where people are getting paid $47 a week, to vacuum and polish bricks on a public street. That being said, we don't want that happening anywhere else. We don't want it happening there either, but apparently there's no way to stop it because I've been trying since June, and so far, that there's not everyone. It's not everyone, but so we want to make sure that these bids, like you said, are fair. And thank you for bringing up the little ones who, maybe they don't feel like the gentleman said, they don't feel like they can compete. They don't feel like they have a voice. They need to be encouraged to, that whether it's the veterans, any disenfranchised group needs to feel that they.
Amy, it's almost time. It's almost time.
Only get to work with the people that they're comfortable with, or we have a good working relationship with.
Two more
everyone
items.
has a right to have their time at that. Everyone. That as long as they can do it, they can do it within the price, whatever, but they have to be encouraged. They have to be incentivized. Because I believe in fairness. I believe in inclusion and all that stuff. So I thank you again and, for bringing that up. And I will yield back my remaining 7 seconds. Thank you.
All right, new commissioners, item 18 is an administrative item. And this is by the way, Mr. Knight, do we have any other callers on Zoom?
We had someone indicate that they would like to provide commentary on item 18. However, I've called them out. They haven't been in the room. Unfortunately, my computer's crashed and it's restarting, so I can't see if they're in the room. But let me go to our other computer, our boardroom PC, to see if I'm able to see if they're in the room. Bob Minton. Bob Minton, are you?
I thought Yvonne had signed up to speak. Oh, maybe it was 19, 20, and 21 she did.
And they're not in the room, and that concludes public comment.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad we checked. Item 18 is a specification submitted for board adoption and authorization to advertise for the invitation of bids in Council District 14, and that's
let's scoot around to answer what you said. Google emboldens a lot of people
estimate of
to be thinking they know a lot about it, a lot of stuff.
Wednesday, November 6th,
My eyes ought to be so strong.
approve this item?
I shouldn't have any wrinkles because I roll them so much. They get so much
Great.
exercise.
And Mr. Knight, we have a motion by myself and a second by Davis.
Very well, we'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 18, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Don't know.
All ayes.
I
Item
really
18 is
don't know,
approved,
Peter.
Is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. All right, then we, Mr. Knight, for item 19, do we have somebody here from the Bureau of Sanitation to provide a report?
Last report. Yes.
We did have someone indicated to be here, able to present the report, Mr. Dan McKay. And he is not here in the room. So I will say that we do not have someone able to present the oral report, item 19 this morning.
All right, then we will have to table this item for the next meeting.
So I will go ahead and make the postpone the recommendation that it be continued to the same date as the other item, the other two oral reports of August 30th.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
I apologize, October 30th. Thank you, Vice President.
Yeah. All right, and I had Audit LA, I wasn't sure if you wanted to speak on item 19.
Audit LA has 7 seconds left. 7 seconds left. Go ahead. You can take 9 seconds.
Okay. To whatever, so we need that sanitation. Send them to do their water reclamation, but we need them first to stop by Elmont Public Way and Fountain to pick up all the planters that have been ordered to be removed because they're not ADA compliant. So.
Thank you.
All right, then, Mr. Knight, does that clear the desk?
That clears the desk on all of the items on our agenda. However, Vice President, I guess you did indicate at the beginning you would take public comment.
Oh, yes.
Towards the end of the meeting.
I'm sorry, my fault. Yes. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yes. General public comment. We have general public comment from Audit LA.
Yes, we do. And you'll have 2 minutes to offer your commentary.
And we can go on to the Zoom. Here we go.
Good afternoon. Boy, this is a long one. Again, welcome to our new commissioner. I wish you well. I saw somewhere that they were supposed to have whether who's going to be president, elections. And I just want to say, for when that happens, if it's going to be next meeting, I know we're closed on Friday. I want to put in a vote right now for Commissioner Davis for president, because I feel he listens. And Vice President, I'm going to get to Commissioner Corson. And you're new, Commissioner Brand, so I can't yet. I don't know you yet. I'm hoping, but and the reason is because I've been coming here since June. We're having these issues, and I haven't felt heard at all or anything. And the original president who you're replacing was removed. She did nothing, and I still don't feel heard by our current VP. I hope that changes, but I just don't feel heard and sometimes not even respected. But that's besides the point. I'm here because of the same issues. We don't want these endless street closures. There's been 27 since June. It's ridiculous. We want our street back. We're sick and tired of the planters that are not ADA compliant. Federal laws here being broken. But it's Scientology, so they're allowed to do whatever they want to do. They're allowed to not have a fire lane open, even though, God help anyone on the street if they need an emergency. But it's Scientology. And for the life of me, I'm here trying to figure out why. I went from being a Zoom caller to in person because I want to know why I can bring up federal laws that are being violated and it doesn't matter. Like, to whoever you talk to, it's just bizarre to me. Like, I would love to have coffee with anyone. Just give me the inside scoop. Just let me know why. Ben Light, why is Scientology get away with this stuff? Like, what am I missing? Because for me, it's just common sense that something could be done about like this stuff. But here we are.
Thank you, Audit LA. And that concludes in-person public comment. If you like, Vice President, I guess we can move.
I just have a question, just probably for either you or city attorney.
You know, when folks have a complaint against the city, they file a claim. Is there any other thing that the public can do for the complaints that we hear at this board? Can they also file a claim? The claims that we get are for infrastructure. So I'm wondering if there is a claim that the public can file for, you know, this issue that they keep bringing up on the Scientology. I think generally claims have to be filed by whoever is damaged by whatever action is being complained of. So I'm not entirely sure what you mean, whether the public can file a claim. If there's an individual that is a member of the public that is affected by these complained of practices, they can go ahead and file a claim, I suppose. But they can file a claim because they've been claiming about planters. Right, assuming this is... Assuming that is within the jurisdiction of the board, and the board typically hears such claims, I suppose that... I'm asking just for the public's edification. Because we've had, for the last month and a half, many folks that come to the
city
board.
attorney, my question would be around contract administration, who inspects what we inspect and has some oversight over construction of public works. And it may be that they may have some interaction to some degree to investigate and to report. I know we do have oversight for construction work. Is it construction work that they're complaining about?
No, they're complaining about permits and planters.
Go ahead. No, I mean, we're speaking hypothetically, correct? Because my understanding is...
Please move the microphone closer.
Sorry. Hypothetically, I think my understanding is under the Brown Act, you shouldn't be talking directly on public comment, right? Because it wasn't agendized. So, but hypothetically, if
we're just asking a general question about
how
we as an organization.
Just one question for the record.
I think, I'm sorry, what I've been hearing in the complaints are labor violations. And if there are concerns about labor violations, such as wages, the Office of Wage Standards has resources for that.
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
right, so that was my sense is, Bureau of Contract Administration within that, there are various violations that can be complaints made, and I don't think you have to be the agreed person, but you can, in fact, on behalf. But in any event, I think that would be one.
And he is our Inspector General for the department. But I think we're just talking organizational.
Just organizational, right?
Yes. And city attorney said that labor, if it's a labor complaint, that there is an organization of labor in which.
Thank you. Okay. And do we have any other callers on Zoom?
We do, and we have a number of callers on Zoom. I see 6 who indicated that they would like to offer public comment, and I'm going to go through them right now in the order that they indicated that they wish to offer public comment, starting with Yvonne. Go ahead, Yvonne.
Thank you, and I don't appreciate being skipped over for item 19. I will start there. The water... Yes, but you accepted one public comment on that issue.
Go ahead.
Last meeting, my concerns about the potential release of asbestos and lead at the 1330 demolition, Catalina Street demolition of incinerator smokestacks was not heard. I was skipped over then. My only response to that is I want you to know that I have informed every federal and state environmental protection agency that that was not only your response, but that risk still continues. You have an obligation for the public safety. Part of that includes that hazardous material, if it is there, that it is contained, dealt with properly from source to the final determination point, which should not be in a grinder and put into some kind of gravel used on a playground somewhere. You have a responsibility not only for your public infrastructure, but you also have responsibilities for things that are done on private property. The practice of moving your public speaking to the end of your meetings, we are speaking now only to you. When all of the department representatives are in-house waiting to give their turn, their presentations, they have ears and they might actually be informed and in a constructive way to take back to their departments.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kernel of knowledge.
Thank you. And we'll move next to Kenny. I don't see Kenny in the room. Kenny, are you in the room? And we'll move next to Amy's iPhone, followed by Zoom user. Amy's iPhone.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't appreciate having to wait till the end for public comment. I'm a mom, and that was not right. That was like very fascist and communist on your part. It breaks certain act in the Brown Act in California. However, I'm going to continue to say that you're not abiding by the order that they were to take away the planters on Alron Harvard Way. You're letting a cult that abuses children get away with things. I wonder what you're being paid to allow them to get away with things, because if it were you or me, we would not be allowed to be getting away with what they're getting away with. As it's indicated to me from your actions that we have a two-tier justice system and it's not just. You might as well be collaborating with what they're doing and what they're getting away with, hurting children, paying people minimum wages, and not having the fire lane cleared. I'm an RN case manager that studied the ADA for my exam, and you guys, maybe you should need to look it up. And there's a lot of open source stuff about this cult that you're allowing them to get away with things. I would hope that your children aren't embarrassed by not following through on certain things about the cult, because I'm sure if they talked about Scientology, their friends would be laughing about how it's a cult. And if they found out you're allowing them to get away with things, that makes you a pariah and a Scientology simp. And you might as well be guarding their concentration camp, because that's what it is, because they forced labor and those bricks were laid down by children like in concentration camp-like conditions. You might as well hold up the sign that was at Auschwitz, which means it said Art macht frei. You might as well do that. And it's wrong that you did that, and you're getting a reputation for, you're really like California. Why do you think they call it California? Because you are suppressing our free speech and allowing us to go first, which is out of order to put us way at the end to give our public comment. I yield back my time.
Thank you. That's 2 minutes. And we'll move next to Zoom user, followed by Mona M.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello. First of all, I want to really thank all of the people who received their honors today and call them to action to deal with all of these things that have been being ignored. I've rolled with audit and many others for a long time. You all don't understand how many people see the atrocities that are going on here. I would also like to ask, are they recycling all of the stuff that they take from the homeless when they break up their illegally, without notice, little homesteads, take everything they own? Do they recycle that? And when they're sent to a bus that the bus never picks up because they're going to these hotels that are being paid who knows how much to take care of them, and they're not even getting the rooms. Where's that money going? Who's paying for the hotel rooms, and what hotel rooms are getting paid for? This is insane. This is worldwide. You don't understand. Other people in other countries are wondering what is going on. Not just me, many others. Did you cut me off?
No, you still have 19 seconds.
Well, I just want to call to action all those people that accepted honors and took pictures. Here's my Miss LA rolling up right now. We've been with her this whole time. And excuse the young men who got so angry because nobody listens.
Thank you. Thank you, Zoom user. And we'll move next to Mona M, followed by Julie. Mona M, unmute and you'll have 2 minutes.
I did unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, board. It's me again, Mona. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Welcome to the new commissioner. The other week when I said this issue is so important to me that I would wait out 50 agenda items, I really didn't think you would take it as a challenge, but here we are. I clearly see there are subtle factors at play. The Board of Public Works is tasked to delivering projects and programs that enhance quality of life, economic growth, public health, and the environment to all Angelenos. This includes overseeing enforcement of regulation that supports this task, if I'm right. In actuality, by dismissing your duties as this board, you are aligning yourselves with egregious behavior that is complete opposition to the mission. Let me explain. Jane Doe versus Scientology. These are the crimes that came out of that. Coercion, collusion, sex trafficking, labor trafficking, mental abuse, torture, rape. All of these crimes are part of what you are aligning with and becoming a do-dirty. Do you want to be named in the list of this corrupt and colluding city members? There will be a reckoning for all these illegal activities and violations of fundamental policies. You took an oath to serve Angelenos. It is time to step up and do your job. Open L. Ron Hubbard Way and remove the dang ADA violating planters as part of enforcing your oath. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
Thank you, Mona M. And Julie.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, great. Let's do something about the vandalism by Scientology of purposely running water for 20 hours in one spot, destroying the sidewalk in order to get rid of protesting. Through activism, the truth will come out. I agree about Mr. Davis. I do believe that he should be the president. He's the only one that seems to listen and actually care about what's going on. Number two, I'd like to know how much is Scientology paying you in order to keep away from there? The street was built by the labor of children's hands. It was not, and the LAPD has several times said that they own the street. Scientology does not own LRH. The children who built that street have more say than that horrid cult that they were raised in, abused in, sexually assaulted in as small children. You do not understand. This will go down in history. You understand you're supporting a cult that Charles Manson himself was part of. Do you support that? Do you support Charles Manson behavior? Because that's what goes on in that compound. And yes, those people are in there against their will. They are brainwashed. This is proven. Go back through history. Look up Scientology. Look up FBI. Look up Operation Snow White. Learn. We already know that Scientology has infiltrated the city. It is infiltrated as far as the federal government. You guys allowing them to do what they want to do. Do you do this with other churches?
Thank you, Julie.
Or cults? Are cults exempt from separation of church and state?
Thank you, Julie. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute, and that concludes public comments for this morning, this afternoon.
Thank you so much. And does that clear our desk?
Yes, it does.
All right, then we are adjourned at 1:10 p.m. Thank you. Recording stopped.
Sorry for the typing noise, you guys. Phew, I need a break. It's been a long 3.5 hours. Thank you for sticking with us. That was worth the wait. Sorry for my little sarcastic dig there about them making us wait the whole freaking 20 items. So, yeah, she was. Julie, she was good too. Definitely hitting some points there. Okay, you guys, let's make it a day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Scooter, go get some sleep. Swedish, you too, go get some sleep. DE, well done. Well done. Thank you. Peter, let's hook up and talk about Liz. I have some ideas too. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end stream.